Access Radio, WIAX, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
Janelle, celebrity vocal coach right here, and I am a part of Give It Life.
And ratchet, we
And
bringing
real extra ratchet, raunchy.
That'll be everywhere, like.
Other shop is upstairs, but we down here by our also, man. This nigga got hit the wall off the set. We leave that up to Vito.
I'm gonna show you how much I love you, how much I need you. I want you to know that I appreciate you sometimes. I don't know how to say it, girl.
What's the best way to tell you I love you without falling flat? More flowers and cards, you got a ton of that. More trips up the coast, maybe with a toast. You see I'm putting in time, really need to vote. Head full of these words, only one to quote. I choose you over the gold, that's an end quote. What I don't say, I attempt to show. On a journey through night, I'm guided by your glow. So best when you check yes over no. Ever question how I'm feeling, ain't no letting go. Center of my world, you a living pearl. Say it to the world like I do to you. When I can't find the words, it be getting tough. You put a hold on the time when I get a touch. Get your mind out the gutter, I don't mean that. On this page I write facts and I know that.
Since I told you I love you, and it's been a while since I'm here. All the times I did you wrong, you know I get so busy, and you sticking with me is something that I don't
Yeah. Welcome back. Happy Saturday. It is April 8th, and we are behind enemy lines. And look at this, man. Look at this. We just got here, and these Dallas guys are already harassing the guests already, man. We got to stop it, man. Listen, once again, you know what I'm talking about. You're trying to get donations for the program. Ever since you lost, you've been acting funny. You know what I'm saying? But we're not going to get to this right now. We're not going to do this right now. Right? We got company in the building, all right? I am the gatekeeper. This is my partner in crime.
My name was Wiz.
He forgot his name, ladies and gentlemen.
My name is Wiz.
So we're going to start that from the top. I am the gatekeeper. This is my partner in crime.
Wiz.
And we got Kaya NYC in the building, and we're gonna get to it in a minute on why he's here and what he got going on. Right now, if you tuned in for the first time and you don't know what this show is about, this is Behind Enemy Lines, okay? This is a show podcast where we talk about relationships from the male point of view, but we don't exclude the ladies. We don't exclude the ladies, all right? We told you we wasn't playing in 2023 and we was going to bring in the heat. That's why we brought in KI, you know what I'm saying, my man Kaya NYC, because we told y'all, it's the Jordan year. We only going for rings, you know what I'm saying? That's why I wore this today. We only going for rings, you know what I'm saying? You know how we do. So we want to shout out to all the people that's tuned in, and we want to ask y'all, listen.
Oh, I did it wrong.
Invite, share, and tag someone in the post, ladies and gentlemen. Invite, share, and tag someone in the post. So we got a fun-filled show for y'all. We got a lot going on today. We got Takai's Takes coming on about 6:15. That's when the youth takes over. We don't never know where she's gonna go, all right? But we love it. All right, at 6:45, we got Chucky's Cut. That's why he's on the table, ladies and gentlemen. Chucky's Cut is what, Wiz?
Janelle. I mean, I said
Jolisa Chanel.
Jolisa Chanel.
This is what happens when you eat before the show, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens. You know what I mean? Shout out to Reggie.
With me.
I wasn't messing with you. I didn't know
you was messing with me, and I was just joking behind the scene. But okay,
what?
It's Jolisa Chanel. All right, a whole lot of body.
A whole lot of body.
A whole lot of body.
Tell them why we do Chucky's Cut.
Because we give people an opportunity to turn strangers into family.
That's all we want to do. We want you to have one more person to get to know you than you did yesterday. Shout out to Reggie Humphreys in the building, aka King of Paddles. Great show today.
Great show.
If you guys missed it, make sure you go back on our Access Radio and check it out. As well, we had a new show today, right?
Yes.
What's the new show, Wiz?
Indubitably
speaking. You know what I'm saying? It's a mouthful, but it was a great show today, man. Shout out to those gentlemen that was
on
today.
Shout out to Skrilla
Gambino, man. They did their thing. It was funny. It was energetic. Welcome to the Access Radio family, and we can't wait to see more shows. So at 6:45, we got Chucky's Cut, and Chucky's Cut is our independent artist segment where we take a second, you know what I mean, to give back to independent artists because we know how hard it is to try to gain that one fan, especially in this streaming world. So it's not hard to reach out to us, where it's like, you know, I know we got security every now and then, you know what I'm saying? Kaya is security too, don't worry about it. You got the burner, but we ain't gonna talk about that right now. You know what I'm saying? So don't just roll up on me, you know what I'm saying? He'll put you down, you know what I'm saying? Like, but if you just want to be heard, listen, BHL Family52 at yahoo.com.
Say it one more time.
BHL Family52 at yahoo.com. Hey, Kaya, is that how you sent your music in?
Yep, all of it.
Was it a trick?
Nope.
Was it hard?
A little bit.
Oh, it was a little bit hard. Just a little bit. Because you got to convert things sometimes. But other than that, we give you the lane to make it happen, okay? You got the email. Listen, and we don't just stop at, you know, hip-hop artists, okay? Listen, if you do spoken word, you know what I mean? If you do soul music, if you do reggae music, you know what I'm saying? Whatever kind of music you want to do, you try and get yourself out there. This is your opportunity. And we leave it up to the people to vote to keep or kill. It ain't up to me. It's bigger than Nino Brown, baby. It ain't up to me, okay?
But it's just one thing. Just don't sing your songs singing in the shower. That's my lane.
Yeah, we got that coming up.
I just want to let you know.
And that's what we also doing it for, ladies and gentlemen. We're looking to put out a mixtape produced by us with all the artists that do make the cut. And we just putting it out there for the world, just to hear you. It ain't no time making money off me trying to get big. None of that, all right? So we got Chucky's Cut at 6:45, so be suited and booted. We do have a code where you have to vote in, all right, TGZI4, okay? So it's going to come up. You got the barcode. You got another device. You got to scan it, and then it'll pop up, or just log off for a minute, then log back on. You know what I'm saying? Because these artists really want to know that, you know, we're not fudging around here, that people really are voting. So make sure you do that, ladies and gentlemen. Crowd.live is the spot where you got to go to do that. So 5:30, the phones are going to be opening, and we got some awesome topics for you guys. So make sure that you really in tune on what we got going on, and just have some fun with us, man. Please like, share, subscribe, invite. You know what I'm saying? What is going to cost you? I'm going to say some shit. That's why I got the security. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to start some shit. You know what I'm saying? And we probably going to get you in trouble too, Kyle. You know what I'm saying? But you good. Right. You know what I'm saying? Wiz is going to be Wiz, all right? You know what he's going to do. So without any further ado, we're going to show you why Kaya NYC is in the building right now. We got one of his singles that I truly enjoy that we about to spin for y'all. And we're going to show you some of his art cover work right now. We got Keep Going. We got Underestimated. And what was the third one?
Voices in My Head.
Voices in My Head. I think I want to be on that one. That's kind of dope. So we're gonna play that for y'all right now, ladies and gentlemen. Number 4, your number 4 track on Keep Going.
Number 4.
With Shorty. I like that one.
Spend the Night.
Spend the Night. This is what we playing right now. I love this joint right
It's
here.
a love song,
it's
y'all.
It's a love song, baby. Hey,
song.
man.
Spend the night.
Spend the night. Come on. We're going to get it spinning. Right here on iAccess Radio. iAccess Radio, Behind the Enemy Lines.
Won't stop. Yeah. Can't stop.
You ain't brush your teeth or wash your ass.
Go wash your ass.
Yet you texting me, you want me back. You hate when I laugh and you dead ass. I bet your house a mess right now. Get up, clean up right now. I'm coming over to spend the night.
What you trying to eat?
I'm coming over to spend the night.
You already know I got that.
Make sweet love under candlelight. When I'm with you, I'm living my best life. You heard everything I had to say.
Keep going.
Pack my bags and now I'm on the way.
Don't stop. Don't stop.
Forgot my phone out and I missed this train. Of course the rain will start right now, but there ain't no stopping now. I'm coming over to spend the night. I'm coming over to spend the night. Make sweet love under candlelight. When I'm with you, I'm living my best life.
I heard you talking shit with your broke ass. You can't even pay for your own cash. Shit is sad, wait, but I bet you're on the way. I usually don't respond to this, but I got time today. If I was that bad, then why you wanna spend the night with me? At least I got my own crib, you barely have a place to lay. You live your best life, I treat you best, right? I keep you fed, I give you bread, you here the next night. That's what you said, and I ain't nothing like the rest, right? But I'ma chill, you know the deal, turn on them LED lights.
I'm coming over to spend the night. I'm coming over to spend the night. Make sweet love under candlelight. When I'm with you, I'm living my best life.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say a big.
I'll see y'all next week. I'm going over to spend the night.
He's going over to spend the night, ladies and gentlemen. He's going over to spend the night. And that was the tunes of my brother, Kaya NYC, man. I just want to say congratulations and welcome to Behind Enemy Lines with me and my partner, Wiz. A lot of people might not understand why I particularly like that song. It took me back to when I was first starting to date, bro. When I was like 15 and you first got that opportunity to hang out with your girl or your significant other, and you was just so free, you know what I'm saying? Right. So fresh, so raw. So when I heard on the album, it took me back to being a kid. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's really a dope track, yo. The whole concept, Q-Banger on the hook, and Shorty came in spitting those bars. Yeah. Like she flipped it. So to get that push and pull, congratulations, Kaya NYC.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
I would like to say today we making history. You know what I'm saying? Like real history, because a lot of times I get to meet people, you know what I mean, and not have a relationship with them. You know what I mean? Not only did the sport of football show me that I was surrounded by so many other talented people, you understand what I'm saying, that I'm still working with today, and Kaya happened to be one of those guys. When I say it's epic, he's doing something that's not easily done. He's repping two primary names very hard. In the Bronx, Castle Hill and Edenwood, two iconic spots. and he gets to represent both of them. So when he steps out, his cloth, you know, is really different. You understand what I'm saying? You can see when you spend time around him that he hasn't been affected by nothing. He's still himself, but he knows the power from which he holds. You understand what I'm saying? So when I say history is being made, to see the growth of this young man from football to music, you know what I mean, to the things that he's continuing to do, his own brand, you understand what I'm saying, shows and the turnaround in the time that he's doing it. You understand what I'm saying? And it just bugs me out that I had Rome on the show, you know what I'm saying, was on my team, never knew he did music. Kadeem is going to be on the show, on the team, never know he did music. Kaya, on the team, never know he did music. You understand what I'm saying? So when I first started seeing and hearing the music, I got hit with a left hook. You understand what I'm saying? But it was a good left hook, and I want to continue to see that growth. So once again, Kaya NYC, welcome to Behind the Enemy Lines, man. Welcome to Behind the Enemy Lines. With me saying all that historic stuff, I know there's a lot of pressure on your shoulders. And the foundation of that family tree, I want to say, Edenwald, Castle Hill, and everything in between. I want you to tell us about those family roots, who's involved in them, and how did you get to where you are now?
So I'm gonna give a big shout out to Ty Skrilla. So Ty Skrilla is one of my boys I met through somebody else, and you know, we just used to hang out in the park a lot after work and stuff like that. And everybody would do what we call bad rap. So freestyle with it was terrible. I was always quiet, right? You know what I mean? You know me, I'm humble, I'm always in the back. And I was like, yo, I wrote a song. And he was like, you wrote a song? Let me hear it. And I pulled him to the side and I said the song. And it's the first song I ever recorded, Nervous. He was like, nah, we got to go to the studio. I was like, you dead ass is that? Like, you think that way? He was like, nah, you got to record that now. So like 2 weeks later, he took me to Q Banger. That's the first studio I ever went to record. That's been home ever since. So it's like that connection, Ty Skrilla, Q Banger, they from Castle Hill.
Castle Hill.
So literally Castle Hill has become my music family. Like I feel like honestly, I know more rappers and singers and stuff in Castle Hill than I do in Edenwald.
Yeah, and that's why I say it's special on what you're doing, because you know anybody, and like I said, the roots, you know what I'm saying, are the things that's gonna keep growing. And shout out to Kevin DeWitt, he's in the building also. You know what I'm saying? He's the guy that put together this fly, you know what I'm saying, combination with Primal Luxury. He said SYN Gang, for y'all that don't know, that was my amateur adult football team, the New York Sin.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? And we all played on it. And you know, I was a running back, Kev was a lineman, you know what I'm saying, and so was Kaya. So, you know, they was leading me to the end zone when we actually had things organized, you know what I mean? So we used to crack some heads, come home and break some bones, you know. I will say the roots, you know what I'm saying? So you say you had Ty Skrilla, and I like how you talked about Ty Skrilla because you brought it up in one of your songs where, you know, somebody else was hot, somebody else was doing their thing. Nobody wanted to hear my rounds except for Ty. You know what I'm saying? So it usually takes that one person to give you that extra motivation to continue to go where you're going. And I'm glad that you took that opportunity, you know what I mean? Because it had to happen to me too, you know what I mean? So you had Ty, you had Q Banger, that became home. And who's Q Banger for those who don't know?
So Q Banger is the best music producer to come out of the Bronx, maybe New York City, that don't get the credit he deserves. He's done monumental things behind the scenes from some artists, some songs you love right now. He's given advice to managers and stuff like that, and they ran with it, and it became a hit. You know what I mean? So he's definitely a musical genius. I am grateful that that's literally the first producer engineer that I worked with. So it's like when I go other places, they'll be like,
you know,
this ain't it.
I will say that I got like that too, because my brother was my main engineer. And as he grew, I got so used to him. When I went to other places, I felt uncomfortable. And I also want to say thank you, you know what I'm saying, because even though we have a distance in age, you know what I'm saying, the distance was never there when it came to sports or when it came to music. One of the first real independent artists that actually invited me out to a session, you know what I'm saying? And I will say, I enjoyed y'all process, but I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready for it. Yo, Wiz, he called me up and said, yo, Ty, I want you to pull up to my session. You know what I mean? So I've been trained now that when I come to a session, it's paid for. So I want to make sure I got a couple balls, something, yo, send me a track. So I don't want to hold up your process. You know, I don't want to mess anything up. So he like, nah, just come through. That's the process. I'm like, huh?
Process
Well,
right
that's the process. And I'm giving this story because that's how I got to meet Todd shortly, and I got to meet Q Banger. And we also put out a great track that, you know what I'm saying, I want to release again, you know what I'm saying, together. But so I get there, right, Wiz? And I've been writing, you know, in my phone, you know what I'm saying? I got a little pen and pad in the car. I'm like, I don't know where I'm gonna go. And they just chilling, just listening to beats, you know what I'm saying? And Q must have made about 6-7 beats before we decided on the song. And each one of them had a dope vibe, you know what I'm saying? You know, like it was just different for me because it's like, yo, when it come, we gonna get it. That's how we get in our head. So I respected the process, and I got to meet those gentlemen. Ty was there, you know what I'm saying? They was eating, doing good. Like everybody was in chill mode. But once Kaya said, yo, the green lights to go, we got the song, everybody lined up and they knocked it out. You know what I'm saying? That was like what, 12-hour session we did that day?
Yo, it was long. It was a long session, but we got it done though.
Yeah, we got it. I wasn't used to that because I'm like, hold on, they keep drinking, they keep partying. How we gonna get in? I'm gonna go to sleep. I know me, Wiz. After too many drinks, you gonna get slurs out of me. Don't try to get me to rap after too many drinks, but you know what I'm saying? We got it done. So you got Q Banger, that's a root. You got Ty, that's a root. Any other roots you want to mention that got you going? You know what I'm saying? I
want to say shout out to the whole, of course, TF, my bros that's behind me. They were doing the music thing a lot longer than I have.
And who's TF? Who's TF?
TF is the block and Diggity, Be Serious, Rel, Todd, Dice, Breezy, you know, everybody from the block.
Yeah, Breezy, yeah, he dope. You know what I'm saying? He dope.
So like they definitely was big supporters from the beginning too. You know, I might not have the greatest stuff at first, but they was put the battery in the back like, nah, there's something there. Keep going. You know what I mean? Keep pushing. I want to shout out them. I want to shout out Team 4/5 too, Hope, Paul C, Hush Money. You know what I mean? They definitely also, they believe. I mean, all sometimes you need is just somebody to believe.
Yeah, and that's a fact. That's a fact.
Help keeping you pushing forward.
That's the dopest thing, you know. So, you know, when you say believe, you know, one quote that I used to carry with me, and I still to this day: don't judge a book by its cover. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of times your belief can sometimes shift based on what you think other people think versus just going with the flow. You know what I'm saying? And luckily, you know what I'm saying, when I started falling short, you know what I'm saying, I had my wife, you know what I'm saying, I was in the back. She always been in the background like, do it, it's good, rock. But you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you need that. So a lot of people have forgotten that one thing. Don't judge a book by its cover. You know what I'm saying? I think that's been forgotten today, right? Mm-hmm. So I know you've been judged because I've been judged. You know what I mean? So for the people that have been judging you, I want you to break down the inside, you know what I'm saying, the chapters of Kaya NYC, who you are, what you are, the who, what, where, and why. Give us that right now.
So who, what, when, and why. So of course I'm from Idlewild, the North Side. Those roots are strong. They tied down. My parents broke their back to make sure that I was out. I tell people all the time. I was outside, but I was on the sidewalk. I wasn't in the streets, you know what I mean? But I was outside. I could see the streets. I knew what was going on. And I believe it's because of my parents and my block too. Like shout out to DT and all his brothers and stuff like that. They definitely helped me stay in line and make sure I was focused on school and sports and stuff. And that kept me going on the straight and narrow. Mm-hmm. I want to say maybe when I was like 10, everybody on the block started rapping. So I was in my room writing raps too. I came outside, tried to start a rap and was stuttering and stuff. And I was like, that chapter's closed. Like, it's done.
That be that outside Idlewild pressure, man. Shout out to DT and the whole family. You know what I'm saying? Like 3881. I go back there as far when my grandmother used to live there on 3881. You understand what I'm saying? So when certain people started reaching out to me, it was good to see them back in the mix. And me and Delatini, like I said, we go back to our Sousa days. And even though it's crazy that, and that's why I said it's iconic of what you're doing, because you're in tune with Idlewild and you're in tune with Castle Hill, and it's genuine, you know what I'm saying, of what's going on. Because 229th Street was just right down the middle, but if you don't have a reason to go to North Side, you really don't go to North Side. If you don't have a reason to go to the South Side, you really don't. But in the late 80s and the early 90s, we was mixing and mingling, you know what I'm saying? So it's good to see us getting back to that combination of what's going on. So go ahead, continue. Tell us about the chapters of Kid. You know,
I was definitely one of the people that was blessed. A lot of people don't realize, like, between the North and the South Side, like, that was real. Like, that was
it was. I lived it. I didn't go too deep. All right, let me bring it back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would scuffle you up at free lunch, you know, like, but I wasn't really trying to, you know, it's just in you. You know what I'm saying? I didn't
Right.
know it was that serious, but
So it's like a lot of people, a lot of my friends, like we didn't go to the store on that side of the project.
yeah.
But because my brother was
Yeah.
hanging out in the shoe, shout out to
Yeah,
Sean,
sure.
I had to pass to go through the horseshoe. And they were like, nah, let's walk there. I'm like, we good, just come on. Like,
Yeah, I'm from the shoe.
You
man.
was a bowling man? You was a bowling man?
Well, yeah, and no, you know what I'm saying? I can't confirm or deny anything. It's not about me. It's on my Kaya NYC right now. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Kaya.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? So I got love from the south side, I got love from the north side. And it was like that helped me mold into like being comfortable and knowing how to hold myself no matter where I was. Like even though sometimes I felt out of bounds,
You was
it was
always
like
home.
I was humble, I was good, stayed out the way. So that helped me like plateau and step up as a man, like a young man to reach different levels. I want to say fast forward to maybe when I graduated college. I was coming back home.
Graduated college.
Yeah, I'm from the projects, but I finished college.
Thank you. I went. So we 2 for 2. I went. I ain't graduated yet. You know, I graduated a couple other colleges, but that's another story. Go ahead.
And it's like once I came home, I was trying to figure out what I was going to do, and it was like, yo, I never really stopped loving music. I never stopped loving, like secretly, I was still making songs and stuff like that. I just never ever let anybody know. Like that was my like diary kind of. I mean, I just kept that to myself for the most part. And then, like I said, I met Todd Skrilla. I told him about this song, and he was just like, let's do it. And it was kind of like, are you serious? Like, we really gonna go to the studio and do this for me? Like anybody else, I would go to your sessions and sit there. I'd be a flower on the wall. You got a session? I'm coming. I wouldn't even ask. I'm coming. And I would just sit there, listen, take it all in. Like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. Cool.
See, and let that be a lesson to all the youngsters that's watching this and people that are watching it that have younger kids. Play that sample for them right there where he said, listen, I was just a fly on the wall, but I was always there. But that one person that pushed him, you know what I'm saying, created something, or not really created, but let them know it was okay to let people know that other side was there. You know, and that's why I say judging a book by its cover and having good roots, it goes together. I put that together on purpose. You understand what I'm saying? Because I got judged a lot, you know what I mean? So I was kind of in the same boat. And when I started with the Horseshoe guys, when I was rapping, I wasn't sure because they was always practicing, you know, like I was like you, I was writing, but I wasn't writing. And then I wasn't sure if it was hard enough for X, Y, Z. So I remember the first time we cut a track, you know what I'm saying? It was me, Dwayne, and my boy Lenny was our DJ at the time. When I did my verse, later on, people that heard the song from the block, they was like, yo, who that? I was like, he was like, yo, that's Todd. They was like, nah, it's not Todd. That's when I should have known never to stop. But for a while, I did like you. I kept writing, but I never put nothing out. You know what I'm saying? And then it came a time, because sometimes in the projects also, you get in these clicks, and then when the click stops, you stops. Right. Shout out to Vocals by Jamel, dope singer, family of IX's Radio. Make sure y'all go and download her song, you know what I'm saying, Bottom of the Bottle, and y'all spin and play the video. Dope track. So I'm glad you was able to use someone. Ty was there, you know what I'm saying? The Lord put him there, just for that purpose, to make sure that you didn't hide what you had inside. And a lot of times we do that as individuals. We think that it doesn't work for us. We shouldn't do it. What is everybody else going to say? You know what I'm saying? Even that line of, yo, I saw the street, but I wasn't in the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was teetering for a while, but then I said, you know, after a couple of situations, this ain't where it's at. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can lie to me all y'all want. I'm good. I'm off that. You know what I mean? So,
I got hit with a bat, and I was like, same for me.
So what? So we glad that you're able to, you know what I'm saying, to show different chapters about what you got going on and where you're going with your music. Ladies and gentlemen, the phone lines are going to be open in the next 2 minutes. 708-0216, 347-708-0216 if you want to call in and speak to Kaya. Wiz, I think you got one for him, right, Wiz?
Yes.
Okay. A question.
I have a lot of questions.
Well, question. Go ahead. I want to hold you up. You know what? Let's just get to because there's a lot of tension in here right now, right? So let's just get to the main question you want to know, right? What's your team, Kaya?
No.
What's your team, Kaya? We gonna get to
music. It's about music. It's about music.
What's your team, Kaya? Let's just get to the end.
So I want to say, I have 2 teams.
Oh, yeah, 2 teams. All right, we gonna go with.
The reason I have 2 teams is because
it's not the Dallas bucket.
Never the Dallas.
Thank you. So as long as it ain't that, we all right.
Never the
Ah,
Dallas.
we got a good one here.
But it's like I'm from New York, from the Bronx. I was raised as a Giants fan my whole life.
Woo!
I could never go against the Giants. But one Christmas, my uncle bought me a Ray Lewis jersey.
I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad. He from the U though.
And
He from
it's
the
like
U. He
after
from the
that,
U. Baltimore.
I've been a Ravens
I ain't
fan
mad
ever
at you.
since.
I ain't mad
Oh
at you.
my God.
New York, we in the building. You know what I'm saying? All right, Wiz, now you can do your thing. Shout out to Nicole Carr. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Nicole.
Big things for you. You know what I'm saying? Big things for you. Go ahead, Wiz. He don't want to talk now. His feelings is hurt. This is a New York show.
AT&T Stadium is a beautiful stadium.
It's a beautiful stadium, but he went there to doodle on you. You left a turd. He the guy that put gum on the seat before he left. Oh, come on, man.
So okay.
Hold on. There's another chapter that he didn't tell us about. Because like I said, the Kaya NYC book got a lot of chapters. So he was a football player. And then he was the big little brother.
The big little brother.
The big little brother. You know what I'm saying? He being on
all your bullies down.
Yeah, no, not his brother. I used to run with his brother, right? And you know, his brother played football. You know what I'm saying? And what stuck out about his brother at first, he was the one who had the shiny jersey, but everybody still had t-shirts. We was like, who this guy, man? You know what I'm saying? He used to come out there looking up, chopping people up. And then one day he was like, yo, my little brother will come play line. He went to Mount St. Michael. What? You got a brother that went to Mount St. Michael's and you out here jacking up? Met him, all right, boom, we got that. Graduated, you know what I'm saying? Now he's an educator, so he didn't want to tell people that. Don't hold back on us, Kyle. Come on.
That's definitely part of the story.
Come on.
I am a special ed teacher, but not just like a special ed teacher. I teach kids with autism. So I teach kids life skills more than books work. You know what I mean? How to tie your shoe, how to make a sandwich and stuff like that. So I'm definitely blessed to do that. It takes a lot. People, they were like, yeah, you're doing God's work. You're so patient. And I'm like, I am for them. So I don't have patience for regular people. I do not.
Yeah.
Like, you're supposed to have all your sense. I expect you to have your sense and use it at all times. Like,
and it's crazy because we both got that in common because I work with adults with disabilities and I've been doing that over 15 years. So it's just, you know, the chapters that are being laid in that book, you know what I'm saying? The ending is going to be amazing. And while we saying that, I do have, I got to find the book. I'll get it at halftime or something. Our book of the day, you know what I'm saying? By Fatima. Cenobide. Or is it Cenobide? We'll put it up, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, don't hide those chapters behind, man. Don't hide those chapters. You ready to talk now?
But that's very dope what you do. Because I'm saying there's a lot. Because I think April is supposed to be month of autism.
Yeah, it's like multiple disabilities, autism, like everything.
Yeah. So to me, it's like
I gotta read this. Now, when the comments come up, you can read them as well. This is my man Kevin. He said, "Kaya, the only dude in history broke my tooth going head up in practice." That's what I missed, though. That's what I missed.
Yeah, we was
to bang, man. We used to bang. Yeah.
Shout out to Kev.
Listen. The New York Sin was one of the most respected offenses and defensive in the league. We were just missing one or two plays.
What y'all was doing up in there?
We was banging.
In the north.
We was banging.
Like up in the north.
When we went to the game, we came looking like replacement players, right? But when you left, you respected us. We would have had like 7 players.
7 players and killing them.
And do you understand how bad it is to have 7 players?
Everybody going offense and defense
and special teams.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Now, we have 35 players before the game. And actually, to the game, maybe 12. But we made for a whole hour and change.
Ain't nobody resting. They just
no rest. Guys,
one person.
The
rotate one person.
referee, like, number 5, you got 7 players. Number 5, you got 4 players. I said, what do you want me to
do? Good afternoon, gentlemen. I have a comment first, and then I got a question for Kaya.
Shoot.
All right. So I just got an important email, right? And this might be a little upsetting for some, but I have to let y'all know what's going on.
Tell us.
That starting next week, there will be no more cowboy paraphernalia at iAccess Radio.
Woo! We finally coming up, baby. We finally coming up.
So Dallas is now no longer welcome, okay? And they're being excommunicated from iAccess Radio throughout the whole entire iAccess system.
I've been voting for this. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what our slogan is. We can't stand each other, but we get along for the 2 hours. You know what I'm saying?
I'm pouting this whole show.
I know. Shout out to Kevin again. He said we went hard on that field. We sure did.
That's a fact.
So go ahead, Wiz. Oh no, would you finish, Al?
Yeah, no. So Kaya.
Yes.
So growing up playing football, just touching the rap game a little bit, going to college, graduating, being able to serve on your job, these awesome children that you serve. Why a book now and not later?
I think it was just courage. I didn't believe in myself. So when you don't believe in yourself, it's hard to put your best foot forward. So it's like I said, I'm very humble. I'm always in the back. I'm always observant. But I always thought everybody else's story was better than mine. I didn't realize I had a story to tell.
That was hard right there.
So it's like once you realize, like, I remember I was sitting in a room and I said something and everybody just looked at me weird. Like I said something about my pops. Everybody looked at me weird. And I was like, what the hell's going on? He's like, nobody in here got a father? I'm like,
yep,
that's crazy.
That's real. That's real.
And then you realize just like, okay, my story is important too. Like I got to give stuff from my perspective.
Yeah.
So
Amen.
better now than never.
Yeah.
Because you never know. One person might change somebody's life, and that's what makes it all worth it.
It definitely does, and that's why I said, don't judge a book by its cover. Get to know a person. Speak to them. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember me and your brother. We was coming from. We was on the Bronx. We was on one of the Bronx teams at the time when we was coming from Bronx Park East, the Bengals, and we didn't have no money to get home. So we hopped the train, right? We hopped the 5 train, climbed over the fence and everything. I can't be charged for this now. Can I? No, I can't be, right? All right. Good. Hopped over the joint, right? So we hopped over the joint, and guess who was the conductor?
My pops.
That's why I wanted you to open that up, you know what I'm saying, and realize that, there's so much there. You know what I'm saying? Going to Mount St. Michael in itself, you understand what I'm saying, to us was huge. No, I didn't even know it was really right around the corner from us. I thought Mike St. Michael's was like far away as a kid. That's why we went to EV, we went to Truman, you know what I'm saying? But also in his music, you talk about like, just going to these places didn't mean I didn't have a struggle. You know what I'm saying? Just doing this didn't mean how hard my mother had to go. That's why the title of the album, Keep Going, you know what I'm saying? There's chapters in there, you know what I'm saying, that a lot of people don't get to see because he had a dad, you know what I'm saying? He had a mom, so he thought it was different. And, he's still trying to hide stuff. I got to bring him out. I got to pry it out. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
His mom's is an educator as well. You understand what I'm saying? So to be following in the footsteps of that also is a beautiful thing. And how we talk about role modeling, and that's why we even started this show and made it about male relationship point of views. You know what I'm saying? From our view, but not excluding the ladies, because for us that didn't have fathers, you know what I'm saying, that had to learn from different role models, that had to pick up stuff from sometimes a hustler and really didn't understand what we were doing, how important that really was. Well, go ahead, Wiz.
So, okay, with the whole transition, what you feel is your greatest achievement?
So far?
Yes.
Musically?
Musically? From your whole life?
My greatest achievement so far, besides my son, would probably be buying a house.
Oh, congrats. Congrats.
Buying a house.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We from the project, so it's like a 3-bedroom apartment on the first floor in the project. You got roaches, you got birds flying in your window, you got all kind of chicken heads and crackheads outside. It's a good.
It's leave 5 hours into Friday.
So it's like my brother honestly was the first person I knew who actually bought a house, and it was like, yo, we made it. Made it. You bought a house, but we made it. Yeah. And I just knew after that it was possible. Like, so now that I own a home, it's just like, yo, this is for everybody that's coming after me. To show you could do it too, bro. It just takes a little sacrifice, a little grind. You could do it.
Well,
they're saying that's a good thing, because this book should be saying better now than never.
Oh, I can dig it. I can dig it. So what is the most surprising aspect about music, the music process that you've been through so far?
The most surprising thing about music for me, I would like to say, is just how much support you get in your faith But the streams and the numbers don't add up. Like everywhere I go, people stopping me like, "Yo, your music is dope. It's fire." I'm like, "Oh, word. What's your favorite song?"
Oh, I know mine.
It's just like, the first track. I bet. Cool. Thanks. I appreciate you though. Honestly, just for that, literally at least 3-4 times a day, somebody's hitting me up about music. Like it could be random people I haven't seen in 10 years, people I see all the time, but they always mention the music. But it's just like a conversation starter with them. I don't feel like they don't really believe.
Yeah, they don't really believe that, and you got to work through that because that's the process I'm at right now with Better Green Entertainment. Being an educator and a role model for your son, how does that affect the music that you're putting out?
That's honestly the hardest part because I play my music in the car when I'm with my son. So sometimes I'm talking about some raunchy stuff. Sometimes I'm talking about like some old stuff in my past, and my son be looking at me while I'm driving like, nigga.
Shout out to Nicole. She said underestimated.
Underestimated, yes, ma'am.
Oh, God, finish your saying. I'm sorry.
But yeah, it's just like, so it's like now I'm more conscious of it. So like I try not to curse as much in the music, and the messages I do deliver are like really heartfelt. That's why you don't ever hear me talking on gra gra boom boom. No pills and nothing crazy like that. And it's a lot of stuff that I've seen and been through that I don't need to pass that message down to him, so it will never come out.
See, and you got a lot of artists that when you talk about selling your soul, that's part of selling your soul. Because to me, this is my opinion. Because you can just say what's gonna attract you sales. You know what I'm saying, and then try to because kids hear. Right. You know what I'm saying, and then eventually you hear something over and over and over again. It gives you an opportunity to want to try it. You understand what I'm saying? So being conscious is a very important thing, especially you having a son. You know what I'm saying? So I applaud you for that. What's your vision for Kaya NYC, and what are some of the goals in and outside of music that you're focusing on?
So Kaya NYC is, I'm not gonna say I'm transitioning, but I begin producing music as well. So like I said, anybody who got a session with Q, I'm coming. That's my home base. So I'll call Q. If I know whose session it is, I'll text them like, yo, I'm pulling up. And when I'm there, like I said, I'm a fly on the wall. But if they sitting there looking for inspiration or something, I'm like, yo, try this. It's always like, oh, word, that'll probably work. Let me do that. And hey, like, so I'm getting into that side. I'm also making the beats too now. So it's like I plan on putting on a project with just my beats, me rapping over my beats, and that's it.
That's gonna be dope. You know what I'm saying? I know you're looking forward to that. Yeah. I'm touching the engineer side, but I haven't gotten that far yet because I don't have my cave yet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I am blessed and I am learning as I go along. You know what I'm saying? I even went to school about a year ago to actually do some engineering work.
Shout out to Tiff too.
You know, oh, that's my homegirl. You know that's Better Green Entertainment all day. Right? Tiff the engineer. So you already know. Can you list a few people outside of music that influenced you and some gems that they gave you that really stuck with you?
Of course, my mom's. I would definitely pick her first. And she, growing up, she always had a saying, not what would Jesus do, what would your mother say? So she's like, what would your mother say? You'd be like, damn, should I do this? My mother would be mad as fuck right now. I can curse her.
Yeah, you go. You know what I'm saying? You all right?
Don't worry, we don't got the
tip job just yet.
So definitely my mom first, and definitely my pops. I would say his influence on everything. Just seeing a man get up, get through all the struggles every day, and still provide for his, no matter what, no matter if they came from out of his nuts or not. You know what I mean? Like he did right by all of us. And shout out to Dre. Dre will tell you right now, my pops helped him so much, and that's you know what I mean.
That's the home base.
Right.
The home base. Yeah, I remember when he let us on the train. Like after we hopped, I was like, nigga, we hopped, and your parent runs the train. Like, what are we doing here? Like, we just being criminals for no reason at this point. Like, you didn't get an extra bus pass?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just see with me, my pops was working as a track worker. I'm like,
the dude pulled the whole train in the station. He's like, yes, my pops. Like, what?
Yeah, sweating, ducking, walking.
Only in America. I can't make this stuff up. So shortly, you know what I'm saying? Because we about to, yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you tuned in, you know the phone lines is open, 347-708-0216.
Give me one more game.
Any questions? 347-708-0216. If you want to speak to Kyle, you want to talk to us, we can do that. We about to hop into some topics because, you know, behind the enemy lines, all right? We here. We talking about relationships for the male point of view. We don't salute the ladies. We gonna start some trouble with her, all right? So sidekicker before I ask one more question. Last show, one of the hot topics that people brought up, right, was how does a woman know when she got that good? We had people telling all types of stuff.
Yes.
So then somebody hit me later on and sent me a message. Well, why you ain't asking about the men? How do the men know when they got that good? That's not one of our topics, but you know, y'all got to answer that at some point, right? Yeah. Fellas that's online right now, feel free to answer the question. How do you know when you got that good? The ladies wanted to know. I don't know why they want to know. You understand what I'm saying? So make sure y'all stick around. We got Takashi's Takes coming up at 6:15. We also got Chucky's Cut coming up at 6:45. Yeah, so stay in tune. Stay in tune, right? So before we get to our topics, you know what I'm saying? I just want to touch again. Tell us about the projects that you got out right now and what you got coming up. As far as like your apparel, is it gonna be is Kaya NYC the full brand, or do you got something else attached to it? The titles of the albums, and especially like I said, Underestimated, I loved it. No Suit was dope as well. You know what I'm saying? These are just some of the titles of the songs that he's got. What is it? You know what I'm saying? Aggression is one of my favorite joints too. I
made that beat too.
Yeah, you made that beat? That's dope. Yeah. Aggression. So these are songs that we're gonna get later on, videos that we're gonna play. Not today, but later shows you're gonna see Aggression and a couple of them. And then you got the actual album Keep Going that I just showed the cover and Underestimated. Tell us about those a little bit.
So
and how you came up with some of the actual names for these joints. Not all of them, but just because Aggression fit when you did it. It was aggressive, it was in your face, but it wasn't overpowering. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So it fit. Keep Going. I could see after you listen to the album why it was important to keep going and hearing your story, because you know, one friend turned you into believing into yourself. I can see how they align it. So was that on purpose, or did it just kind of happen?
It kind of just happened because there was a time period where I couldn't get to the studio as much as I want. It wasn't really in my control. And like I said, working with other people it wasn't the same. So it was like that kind of slowed me down. My buzz, I don't know if you remember, my buzz was way up here at one point. Yeah. Like everybody in the streets was stopping me to talk about music and stuff like that. And I was like, I was smelling myself. But then I hit that wall, not being able to get in the studio, and it like slowly dwindled. So it was like, I bet that Keep Going was a reminder to myself that no matter what, one man can't stop your show. Yeah. So you got to keep pushing, keep going. So I was like, my next project is going to be called Keep Going. So regardless of what happens from here on out, I'm just going to keep going, keep pushing. We got Underestimated, right? Was actually, I have a song called Underestimated.
And that's why I was confused. I know you was looking at me, how did they download my music? Then you gonna ask me like, what's the new album? And I'm like, hold on, I got Underestimated actually, and then you got Underestimated again. Right, so I was confused on that, but I like how you did that also.
So shout out to Ty Skrilla. Underestimated was more of his baby. You know what I mean? Like him and Q would be in the studio and they would call me like, where you at? Get over here now. You know what I mean? Like they already have a beat, you already have a verse on something, and I would jump on it, and it was like, pause. But
I'm from the No Homo Club. You don't gotta say pause, yo, Kaya. You good, man. You don't gotta say pause. We're not here for that, man. We just here to let you talk, man. Just talk. You in a safe environment.
How about your pen, please?
No, because you're gonna poke something.
Pause.
No, you don't gotta pause. I purposely said that just so y'all can see you in a safe environment. This is grown folk talk. If it's something on your mind, that's your fault, not mine. Talk, man. Talk your talk.
I'm a Dipset Cameron, baby. I can't help it.
Well. You know what? I'm gonna leave that alone. Right now. So, where can people find you at?
Kaya_NYC on everything, every platform: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. We doing everything. You can also, if you want to send me any music, you have any ideas, send it to talent@thetruefamily.com. I mean, that's definitely my website. We getting that up and popping.
And I will say
on all platforms.
Yeah, all platforms. I'm about to start dropping more of like mixtape songs too over other people's beats. So that stuff is gonna go like straight more to like YouTube and stuff like that. So, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you what I did like about the music when I first heard it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan first. You know what I'm saying?
Why is Wiz poking stuff? I don't know why. That's why I ain't give him the pin.
Wait,
You know what I'm saying?
see,
First he got the banana
Shout out
singing
to
in the
Lola
shower.
Bay.
You know what I'm
Shout out to
saying? Now
Lola
you
Bay.
want the pin, poke stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Music Buff Radio.
The music is surprisingly fun, and that's what I like most about being with him in the studio. Is because even though he's a big guy, he don't try to play a gangster. If he want to sing, he sing. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been trying to get my single, but I'll be scared.
I'm gonna let you do backup. Don't
worry.
worry.
Know what I'm saying? But I like what the young man is doing. So make sure y'all checking out Kai NYC. And thanks for gracing Behind Enemy Lines. And now we're gonna get into what you came in for, ladies and gentlemen. And we ain't even gonna touch all the topics because we got a lot going on today. So I'm gonna just tell you what the topics was, and we're just gonna kind of freestyle a little bit. So one topic I had, what are the new dating rules? Because we didn't finish that from last show.
Yep.
All right. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the chat, you can tell us what the rules you feel are the dating rules, right? And one thing that I went off over this is consent got to be all the time. And I saw a video on YouTube when the coach was breaking that down. You know, back in the 80s and the 90s, I didn't feel like that. If I kissed you in the car, I just assumed that I was going to kiss you upstairs. But it gave me a whole different breakdown. So what are the rules when it comes to dating? Females, y'all let us know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing the Steve Harvey thing every 5 minutes. I'm not opening up the door. If I'm outside, I may open the door, but I don't get out to go open the door. You know what I'm saying?
I don't mind opening it.
Well, you know what I'm saying? They making rules. So what are the rules? What are the new rules? Even the young folks, if y'all got new rules, let us know. When the motivation is gone, do you have a problem? And what I mean by that, motivation, right? I heard a group of girls talking, right? And then the music song came on. You know, one of them old, you know what I'm saying, girl, you know what I'm saying? And they dancing all that. So I'm like, yeah, man, you gonna go get you something today, huh? They got so serious, like, oh no, I'm not in the mood. How you out? Do you have a problem, Kaya? And do men go through that where you can be having a love song playing on, and then your people come and ask you like, yo, so yeah, you going home tonight? And you like, nah, yeah, I ain't happening. What is that? How do we get there? Do you have a problem?
Do you have a problem?
And my third one was something that I didn't know was a thing, but it really is a thing. Should you make an appointment to get some?
Like, yo.
Oh, look, everybody. Did everybody just look at their watch? Do you have to make an appointment to get some? So, Kai, where you want to start, baby?
I say let's start with number one. With what's the new rules for dating?
Yeah.
All right. So if we going on a date, make sure you got enough money in your pocket to pay for everything you order. I just found out what the word date means. Do you know what the word date means? It's acronym.
Don't seem to be any rules. Okay. That's Lola Bay. She said it's not no rules, so it's just no rules. You just pop up to the date and do what you want.
So wait, hold on.
Even on the first date, second date.
No, I want to hear his.
Go ahead.
The acronym for the word date.
Yeah, what is it?
Date means dick at the end.
I never heard that. You heard that first about we copyrighting that. That's what we talking about.
That's right.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So listen,
but it got to be consented. Make sure it's consented.
Right. But if I'm paying, just know
I'm putting this out.
Ladies and gentlemen, what y'all got to say about that?
Listen, I believe. What is it? What Dave Chappelle said, if you're a feminist, that means you should believe in equal rights and everything for women. Like, I believe in equal rights and everything for women, right? I believe things should be reciprocated. So if you gonna pay this time and I'm gonna pay next time, that's cool, right? But if I gotta pay, I got expectations.
Expectations get us in trouble, gentlemen. Don't expect nothing.
I don't say I'm gonna take it.
No, don't take it. Don't
just know where my mind
is. I'm coming over to spend the night. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh my God. Let's see what? I'm with it.
The communication is gone if the music don't work no more. Oh my G, OMG. I be forgetting that. You know, I'm not supposed to say oh my G. What? Don't get mad at me. I'm 80s, baby. What you want? Oh damn, no. She said, hey, you heard? Listen, and that's Lady D. Lady D checking in. Let's Be Clear Radio in the building. That's you heard? True. No, it doesn't mean that. Yes, it does. Y'all learned today on Behind Enemy Lines. Date stands for what?
Dick at the end.
Dick at the end. I love it. Lola said they going Dutch. That's how some men think. Well, you know, We didn't come up with the word date, so it's not our fault that we know what it is now. That's what the younger guys are doing. They breaking down the acronyms of what date is now. And now I'm glad I know. I'm going on a date tonight, baby. Somebody going out with me tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming over to spend the night. That's my journey. So, ladies, you know what I'm saying? What do y'all feel the rules are?
I'll be bumping that shit on the way back.
What's INLM? Not ordering off the fucking side of the menu. What? I'm not ordering off the side of the menu. I guess that's what that mission is.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
You don't got
these not rules in my house.
In your pocket, you can pay for whatever you order, then order what you want.
You order what you want. So
one of my sister's best friends told me that though. When she go out, she get lobster and steak. When she go on a date, she get lobster and steak, and the guy looks scary. She's like, "Don't worry, I got my own food." Oh, see, she got her own.
So is that
that's a mental thing?
So
that's a mental thing right there.
Is that a mental or is that a rule for ladies?
That's a mental thing because that's like, that means you know good. You came and poured her meal.
So maybe she knew about the date acronym and knows that she pays, she ain't got to put out. Goddamn women. They always got BDE. They always a step ahead. I have no problem paying for my meal. If I pay, you got for me, dick. Don't pay any bills. So what up?
That is a fact. That's a fact. And you know what? When I go out on dates, you know who I decide who pays? Rock, paper, scissors.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm with that.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Hey, Nicole said that's how all men think. I'm surprised. We don't all think like that. I mean, it thinks like that, but we think different. You know.
But you know, it's all about sexual selection. Women have sexual selection, men don't.
You hear that? So you just found out.
They don't
that out there. Yeah, I just found that out. Yeah, I just found that out. Because I don't break down. I mean, I didn't have to tell myself that because I was already in tune with that. You know what I'm saying? That's when I said hello, you know what I'm saying? I was already planning to spend the night. You know, that was hello.
I'm just saying now, like, so now it's cool to say yo.
Yeah, but she not dating him again. Why she not dating him again? She might enjoy to spend the night.
But so wait, hold on. But
if they go Dutch.
But if you ask a girl, I'm saying, look, let's go out on a date. So me knowing them, it's like, yo, you know what I mean.
Emma Witherspoon said, you crazy. And that's South Carolina in the building. I want to thank all y'all for tuning in. Please share with somebody.
That's right.
I can pick who I let take me out. That's true. And 9 times out of 10, you said yes to the date because you want to be in the bed with him too.
Nah, not a lot of time. A lot of times these women just be using people for the free meal.
What she just said.
Producer P said, if you got ass, man, I don't know. You got ass? You got ass?
If you got ass.
I ain't shaking it for you on TV though. They don't have to pay me for that. Because last time I almost went celibate if we got enough views. You know what I'm saying? I almost went celibate. So if y'all want me to shake some ass, listen here. How many views we need, Wiz?
I'm saying, look, listen. Yo,
Kaya, how many views to get you to get the poll?
Whoa. There is no amount of views. That shall not sell my soul.
That shall not sell my soul.
You said get the poll.
So is there any other rules? You know what? We don't leave that one alone.
Oh, I'm like, wait, hold on. It might go left.
It ain't gonna go left. That was tug of war. They was going left. We ain't gonna go there.
I know it. That's what I said.
Company. We ain't going there. You know what I'm saying? So, any other rules you might want to put out there? That's a new rule.
Nah, I'm just saying. Once she's up to date, that is the rule.
No, but a rule for me is don't judge me off my social media. How about that?
That's true.
How about that? Don't judge me off my social media. You know what I'm saying? So what? You see me living good. Don't just try to come in with your book bag trying to move in.
Yeah, you be igniting them like, yo, shot.
If you ask me out, you should be paying even if I have my own money. What y'all think about that, fellas?
True. If you ask,
but is that a rule?
If you ask somebody out, then you should be willing to pay.
Go ahead, Kyle. You can read that one.
You're supposed to find out who's going to pay for what. I'm old school. The man's supposed to pay for the dinner. Why it always has to be pussy when guys take you out? Because women have sexual selection. So how many times has a woman, right?
Let's break it down.
How many times has a woman decided to take you out, call you and say, yo, where do you want to go to eat? You trying to go out?
Never.
It does not happen.
No, it didn't happen. Especially in the beginning of the relationship. It wasn't asking me nothing.
Don't ask. If you never make the inferences to go out and reach out for a woman, you would never get any chance for her.
No, but I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I've been on dates where sit down and you get ready to pull out. She's like, I got it. I'm like, damn.
I love her.
Nah, I never been on a date like that. I've never in my life, almost 50-something years, you know what I'm saying? 60-something years, I lost count. Never been on a date where women ever stopped me from going to my pocket. Never. If I ask you to dinner, I'm paying, period. Then you go vocals, bonds, and now. That's what
How
I'm
many
saying,
men have
man.
you asked to dinner though?
Good question.
The question.
Ladies, how many men have y'all asked to dinner? I don't
know.
think there's a lot. I think
It's
the
not a
numbers
lot,
are low.
bro. It's
I think
very,
those numbers
very
are low.
And there's always the girls that you don't want that want to take you to dinner and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's something that I'm not interested in. They be like, "Oh, what you doing this weekend? You want to go to the movie?" I'm like, "I fall asleep in the movie."
And then you make sure you sit an extra seat over so they can't be like reaching over. Put the popcorn in the empty chair. Lola Bay, man. Shout out to Lola Bay. She's in the building. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all check them out on Where
on Thursday. Music Radio
Buff. They making it happen.
Yeah, Music Buff Radio.
Always messing. You know
Music,
what?
that's why I cleared it up. Music Buff Radio Live.
You know what? I apologize.
MBRL.
This is not the workings of Behind the Enemy Lines or the Gatekeeper. That's just the whiz.
I had a donut, man.
That donut got you smacked.
Got me
Go
smacked.
read it.
She said, Nicole said, shout out to Nicole. Nicole and I have one song together, Away from the Hate, an amazing song, bro. Came from the soul.
Yeah.
But she said, I treat too, and I be looking for that thing after. So
Nicole. It's not just the fellas, you know what I'm saying?
Look. Okay, Nicole.
You got that one?
I'm saying, I take a man out and don't expect dick. I can make my own self as far as dick, so that's not an issue with me. Okay.
But could that be an issue for us fellas? Like you take me out and then you take me home and then you don't want me?
Right.
What is that?
My pride gonna be crushed.
Yeah, like you know, that's when we go to bathroom and talk to ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
My breath is stinking. Listen,
I'm gonna be like this. I'm gonna be real. I'm like, yo, to me, it's like having an expectation is like having a scheduled performance. I'm just like, yo, I'm a free faller. I'm like, I'm a vibe person. I like the night of like this, but do believe if that lobster and steak is way above my pay average. Something gotta happen.
I'm not stopping you from going in your pockets. Now, if you come up short, I got you. Just don't make it a habit. How you gonna say don't make it a habit? Well, Kanye, what you got to say about that, Kanye? Come on, don't make it a habit. Is that a rule? So at one point, I know it was a Dutch situation where it was okay, and now some men have just become bums. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want to put up at all now. So I'm not. That's a rule for me too, man. Don't be a full bum. Yeah, we can't be the ladies. You know what I'm saying? See, and I think that's what a pole.
But we don't hit them hard when they take us out. We don't hit them hard. We light stuff.
But who's
boneless wings?
No appetizer.
I'm going for the bone. I want the.
I want a cheese. Let's give me a cheeseburger. I'm good.
Listen. Right, I went out one time. My wife went to the View, and she like they got wild boar. That's just a pork chop. But you know what I'm saying? Get me the top shelf. That's what we doing. I'm doing the top shelf. So
I'll just drink water.
Is that a rule? Is that
personal makeup artist.
What is that? What is that? That's why we need y'all to go to IX Special so we can see it. What is that? What is that?
Somebody asked me if I got a personal makeup artist. Nah, this skin just clear, baby.
Hey, that's just IX Radio, the cameras. You know what I'm saying? A lot of water. Lola Bay said, LOL. So, ladies, 2 rules. I want to know if there are rules for them. Is hygiene a rule, right? And what we just said? We said something else. Hygiene and what you just said. If the guy really can't afford it, does he have to? If he doesn't take you to a top-notch spot, is that a rule? Because you said we don't take advantage. Is it our fault that we don't take advantage?
Yeah, we don't take advantage.
That's right.
We get a cheeseburger. I mean, we get a hamburger.
Because we have to give
and water.
I will go, Kyle, behind the enemy lines. You got a little son. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I salute you. All you guys out there that got soldiers in the army, you know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to get one. But anyway, when you got them soldiers, now this is the
Stop
time.
drinking the orange juice.
This is the time.
Stop drinking the orange juice.
This is the time when you passing these jewels down like your son. When Shorty take you out, don't just get the side menu. Go for the lobster and steak, fellas. It's okay to go for the lobster.
No, but I'm gonna tell you
what,
because they'll call you.
Wiz, that's for you.
Okay. I'm gonna take Wiz for a date. That burger.
I don't even know what that last word means.
For that burger.
Platonically.
Ooh, platonic.
Okay.
Okay. Just friends.
Okay, but I'm gonna let you know.
So you ain't getting no date at the end.
I'm getting cheese on that burger, and I'm getting a soda.
That's the cheap ladies. Get whatever you want with me. See, that's what I'm talking about. And I don't think men ever thought it was okay to if a woman was paying to.
But I'm gonna say this: women, you tell them where they're taking out. They pre-gaming. They online, like looking at the menu. Like, yeah, okay. Us man, we go blindside. We don't know what's in there until we get
Producer P said, you definitely got to be smelling good. But what if his breath is bad? What if his cologne smell good and his breath is bad? Is that?
It's called the dentist.
It's called give him a gum.
Or vice versa. What you know what I'm saying? What if his breath smells good and the body stinking? Because nowadays, I like to look fresh. Excuse me, I like to look fresh. I like to smell good.
Oh.
But the newer generation, it's kind of flying by the seat of their pants. Kai, what's going on,
bro? I don't know. They be spending $1,200 on them jeans and wearing them for 1,200 days.
Oh, I got something on the rules of dating via text. Be respectful, listen, acknowledge each other's difference, time, patience, and understanding, and a lots of sex.
Oh, so those are rules?
Those are the rules.
Those are rules. Okay.
That's the rules.
Why take you home
Keisha.
if I know I'm not giving up the pussy? You go to your house and I go to mine. If I want the dick, then I will take you home. I will take you home with you, and you will go home with you. I think she meant to say if she wanted, she'll take you home. It's not always our end all be all. No date, just cheese. Getting it at the end is not always our, end plan, but it's programmed. We wired for that. You know what I'm saying? Because we're attracted to you.
We dropping hints. We dropping hints. I'm playing Kaya.
I like how women try to act
spending the
like
night. I'm playing like this.
You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day,
I like how they try
like
to act like they don't want it as well. You know what I'm saying? But that's for another day. Why does it have to be where you take? If you're going out to have fun, there's some words missing in there. What he said? Hard not to.
The bad breath. Hard no to bad breath.
Hard no to bad breath. I'm with it.
She pass you gum and like this. No, take two
is a
of
must for everyone. Your teeth, your breath, your clothes, be up to par, and also those goddamn wigs. Get those wigs and those nails done, man. What's going on, Kyle?
I hate when them wigs smell like hot blow dryer. Like, woo.
You don't have to take me
out
to an expensive restaurant, but don't just try to take me to White Castle. If that's what I can afford, and you get 30 burgers, I think that's a good night.
I think it's still 5 cents at the store. Just stop at my brothers. Stop at the store and just get it. Do a breath check. Go back like something like this.
I think that should be a dating rule. If somebody offers you a mint or gum, you have to take it.
That's the end of the day. That's the end of the day. Like if she going like this, and she rubbing her nose like 2 times after you speaking, just get abort the mission. Just drop off.
And when I say hygiene, I also mean as far as being trimmed up or because they got this whole natural thing that's going on.
Get the washing set.
Show up as they is, where it's kind of dread, but it's just you just didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Well, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to make it to the second date, you know what I'm saying? Be up to par. You know what I mean? Step up to the plate with your best shot. You know
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So if you out on a date, right, and her breath is kicking, and you give her your dentist card to make an appointment, do you go out on a second date with her before she goes to the dentist or after?
After.
How fat is the butt?
He was making the same thing. He was making the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
I believe
he was so
I can't co-sign that.
Yo, all I'm gonna say is some brothers ain't got no scruples.
I'm saying no. Listen, I have to draw a penalty flag. I have to be because if that is off, maybe the cuckoo.
You won't know until you give it the pap smear.
Like this, no.
You got to give it the pap smear first. You know what I'm saying? Because the pap smear might be good. You don't see, he's a Dallas fan. You don't know.
No, I know the pap smear. Never thought of that.
Yeah, so if you know what I'm saying, that if you give the pap smear, it ain't right, then you gotta give it two cards.
It's internal. I'm looking at it as internal.
You gotta give it 2 cards now.
I'm saying
one for the dentist and one for the next hygiene spot.
No, what's that?
What?
You give a Summer Eve.
Yeah, Summer Eve.
Let me so.
Did she go to the dentist before the second date? Yes. Right now we're gonna get into Kaya's underestimated video real quick, and then we're gonna go into Takai's takes. And after Takai's takes, we got Chucky's cut, and after Chucky's cut, we're gonna get into this second topic before we close out for the day. We can show them the second topic one more time before we go to the video, Al. So we gotta have dating rules. When the motivation is gone, do you have a problem? All right. So she in there grinding the 12 play, and then you bring up her man name, she be like, no, I'm good. You in there doing the genuine, and then she bring up your girl name, you be like, nah, I'm all right. We gonna get to that after this video. Send her the Wild Thoughts. Oh man, Wild Thoughts are right. Wild Thoughts are right.
Shout out to Wild
First, let
Thoughts.
her know. Then if she take care of the situation, then yes, go out on another date. Some people don't know if they're having a problem, and we agree with that. You know,
do guys get a second date? No, see, you see how a woman want us to give them a second try? A lot of women will not give a man another try. They tell their
Well, I
girlfriend.
need you to look into the camera and ask them. Say it with your chest. Say it again.
Will y'all give a man a second chance?
That's what I'm talking about. Would y'all give a man a second chance?
That's what I'm saying. Chest.
You know what I'm saying? With your chest. Say it with your chest. You know what I'm saying? That's that either one Castle Hill combination. Say it with your chest.
And Webster. Webster
Oh yeah, Webster. That's what I'm saying. We in the building. We in the building. We in the
over there
building.
too.
You know what I'm saying?
If
If her pap ain't right, she shouldn't be dating. That's what I'm talking about, Kai. You heard that? If the pap ain't right, she shouldn't be dating. But we gotta let our men know that
She want
you know
free
what I'm saying?
meals. She's smart.
If the pap ain't right, you know what I'm
A
saying?
lot of guys are just gonna do the rock.
Lean with it, rock with it. Al, go to the video. We can never get there. Lean with it, rock with it. Lean with it, rock with it. Over there behind enemy lines, you want to hear stuff like
I do
this.
the
So we
rock
got
away.
Gatekeeper, Kaya, NYC, Wiz. We got Underestimated coming up for you right now. Make sure y'all stay tuned, right? Check this video out.
Been underestimated for a long time. Been waiting my turn on this long line. This ain't no luck, this is so grind. Y'all don't see me shining, then you're all blind.
They all hate, they all fake, they can't take it. They all fake, they just hate, they ain't make it. Taking all these shots like I'm Kobe. Good love, now she acting like she know me. A good fuck like caffeine in the morning. Fast life, but tonight I'm moving slowly. Cause I'm too late, I'm too late, I'm too late. Came in alone, leaving with a 10. Spotlight on the ground, rolling with a bench. Chauffeur around town, fun never end. I'm a dog, but the pedigree different. Meet me outside and let's slide. Space for your best friend to ride. Heaven sent, I'm forever bent. Brush him off like extra lint. Keep away like forever lint. Favorite fat nigga can't help to be an ex-veteran. They all hate, they all fake, they can't take it. They all fake, they just hate, they ain't make it. They all hate, they all fake, they can't take it. They all fake, they just hate, they ain't make it. Gave me purpose, found out it was worthless. With no purpose, life feel like it's worthless. When trapping out, all that work seemed worthless. The shaking ass, not all this work is worthless. I'm riding on the line, it's so curses. I'm addicted to the up and down, up and down. I swear so much, call me circus. Too mature to be skewed by you fucking clowns. Do say the beauty and the beast. Taking out whatever, not a heard by the meat. Broad and Gerard, got love like me. Drive long enough to meet Mount Airy. New box got me sitting in my caja. Spanish mommy trying to teach me how to habla. Leave the club, headed to the Baja. Body party, oh yeah, for some nana. They all hate, they all fake, they can't take it. They all fake, they just hate, they ain't make it. They all hate, they all fake, they can't take it. They all fake, they just hate, they ain't make it.
Been underestimated for a long time. Been waiting my turn on this long line. This ain't no luck, this is so grind. Y'all don't see me shining, then you're all blind.
It's the still winning for me. The smell of new money. It's the still winning for me. The smell of new money when you sit in my V. Act shorty with the good J.O. We like to lay low. Dinner at Jersey City, lobster and baked potato. I made it to this moment, no lie, I had to pray though. Them project nights, ducking nines and Trey 8-0s. 1159 staircase with chinky eyes. So cracked and got drippy. Find nothing when they frisk me, never let the girls play me. Diss you before you diss me. Drop 30 at the turf, handle the ball like Bibby. Them E&J nights stood out to daylight, then slept my day away like if I wasn't raised right. Had to wake up, it's your turn, youngin'. Get your cake up, we from Edenwald, home of the brave, nobody break us.
Don't worry about what people say. Won't be, that's just how we remain. Aim for the stars, the world just say. Shine, baby, it's your world. Champions only.
Juice out of lemons, visions out of prisons. They still kinda blinded on the ways I've been gifted. Edenwald birthed me, fist fights and free lunch. My neighbors couldn't see much, I was a star that was hidden. I skipped past boy, just a man with a mission. I was trying to be the new town, ended up in Seton Town. Trouble I confused as fun, but I could see now all my legends with the jail, so I was trying to get my numbers up. Oldest of 11, still felt like an only son. Bud kept us going hard, ballin', reppin' housing. Rico gave us softball, some made the franchise. Al gave me football, the skies was the limit. Future means dreaming, no matter what the odds say. See it when you can't hear it, smell it when you can't taste it, feel it on the inside. Move it to your main drive, better green is here, and that was good on the other side.
Don't worry about what people say. Won't be, that's just how we remain. Aim for the stars, the world to stay. Shine, baby, it's your world. Champions only. Champions only.
Fitted caps to fedoras, flight jackets from Blazers, barrel garments from Jordans. I'm no longer the poorest, I'm Bobby Portis. I always play hard, fuck with the scorers. Some got it fast, had it before us, they had it shortest. Kept pace caught up, I'm with the victors when they sought us. We the hare and the tortoise, yet when it's all determined by how I'm viewed by my daughters. I learn to laugh at the scoffers, curb your thirst, know your worth. You gotta decline some offers, we flourish when others falter. We eat and war bread to conquer, foundation, honor, loyal leaders. For fam, I run up on ya, I'd rather be chasing commas. Promise nothing's beyond us, I tell my youngest we promise. Now watch this music bonus, a new day's upon us. No time for division, north side, south side, I'm talking to every building.
Rock with us. Edenwald, north, south. It's a problem. This is just the first time we doing this. But imagine, back to back, so much fire on their ass. Hey, keeper. It's a Betty Green Entertainment situation thing. Horseshoe, we here. Yeah. Shout out to Blizzo, making this happen.
These dudes, they doing what they do, you know. It's Edenwald's all love. DJ P Nice, full effect. Peace.
Welcome back to Behind Enemy Lines, and yes, we're here. It's the Gatekeeper, Wiz,
What up?
Kaya NYC, and as you can see, this is as you can see, not say, but see, this is the psychiatrist takeover. This is where she comes on and she gives us a rundown of what we should and shouldn't be doing. And you know, we get to hear from the youth, Kaya. Like every once in a while, you know what I'm saying? Even though we gotta learn them, you know what I'm saying? We get to hear what they want to say, you know what I mean? So she first came on to Behind the Enemy Lines and she took us by storm, giving us a fashion breakdown of do's and don'ts, you know what I'm saying? We saw some people and she learned us, you know what I'm saying? Then she had some questions. So it was so strong that the people just wanted more and more and more. So now she's on every other show with Takai's Take. So we want to welcome Takai's back.
Hi.
Hi. So, what'd you think about Kaya's music so far?
It was good. I liked it.
Why?
I saw her bopping her head over there. I seen this. I was like, all right, we good.
Somebody said, why was it good?
I was. I was. It has a good beat to it. It's good. I like it. It's nice.
I can dig it. Would you put it into your playlist?
Huh?
Oh man, dang. Salute the family just stopping by to show love. Jose Rivera, shout out to the Extremities ENT.
What's up?
We gotta get you on there too, Kai. The Extremities
What up,
ENT.
Trailer?
They come on every Wednesday and they're a real hip hop family, you know what I'm saying? So Jose, we're gonna link y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make this happen.
What up?
She put it in the playlist. Kaya, you moved up, man.
Yo,
I'm still trying to make the playlist in my kids' phones. I'm giving up. It ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna happen. So Takaija, what have you learned since the last time we've been together?
That school is a joke.
Why is school a joke? Why?
Because we were in class, right? It was terrible. We was in class and like the teacher, so our teacher is white. He's white. And it's our social studies teacher. So we was talking about like black people and stuff. And he was talking about like how it was hard for black people. And I was just looking at him, I was listening to him. And then one of the kids in our class was like, how do you know? You're not even black, you're white, you wouldn't know. And I was just like, oh, and the teacher said nothing to him. And I was like, oh. Because like you're just sitting there letting that little kid talk to you like that. You're like 50 years old, and he's like 10.
Kaya, you're an educator. What you think about that, Kaya?
I think what is the word? There's books written about this, like not ethical teaching, but it's like damn, what's the word?
I would say ethical. I see where you're going with that.
But it's like being able to relate to the kids. This is why everybody wants me in their schools.
Okay.
Because from projects, I'm a big black man. Like I look like the kids, so they can relate to me. It's more. Man, what's the word? I just was reading a book about this too. I'm gonna kick myself for it.
And you know it's gonna come to you as soon as you're down the show, right? Wiz, what do you think about that, Wiz?
I just think that he had to tread lightly on the whole situation as far as that, because he could have just came at him like, listen, I work with enough black people to know. I might not live it, but I understand it. You know. So,
but why did you think it was a joke, Kaiser? What did you think the part of the joke was the teacher telling them, or the part was the student being disrespectful?
No, I found like the whole school is a joke because I go to school every day, and these kids are just so disrespectful. Like they would literally curse at the teacher, and the teacher would just stare at them and be shocked. And I'm like,
but do you think that's
and it's funny because why are you letting this child talk to you like that?
You already just said, Kaiser, remember that. Cultural relevance. That's what you're saying. That's what the teacher was talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that happened in school too. This little well, he's not black. Well, he is black. Like he's black and Hispanic. And
he's black.
And he said to the white teacher, he said, "Shut up, you nigger." And I was like, and then the teacher was about to say something. He was like, "Yeah, I dare you. Say it."
But do you think the school has a problem, or do you think those kids have a problem at home? I
think all the kids in my school have a problem.
I'll allow, because see, and the reason why I'm asking you that, because when we say, that you think this is a joke, I want to know what part of the education part you feel is a joke,
I don't feel like the education part is a joke. I just feel like the way these teachers are letting these kids talk to them, make them look like clowns.
But did
make
you
them
hear?
look like
But
clowns.
did you hear what Wiz said and also what Kaya said? The cultural relevance and teachers, because they're adults, they know better. So we have to go at it the proper way. You know, you might see on a sitcom or TV where something goes wrong and the teacher says, "Sit your ass down, I'm gonna do it." Or you might see it on TikTok, but in real life, there's consequences and repercussions for everything that adults do. So, the kid is being allowed to do it because the rule changes have grown so much and protection for these kids. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean the teacher has to be disrespectful back to the kid as well. Because as my mother will say, there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Right. I kind of understand where Takai's coming from, because what she's saying, here we are with children, we go to school and we supposed to have a certain amount of discipline, and the teacher should have some sort of form of control within the classroom environment so that when another child becomes disruptive, it doesn't mess up the education process. So she's asking, where is the enforcement and the control in these things? And it's not about the teacher having to be disrespectful or get charged with abuse or anything like that, but where are the rules, basically? Okay, why hasn't it been taken care of? And here are kids that's doing this all the time, and it makes, like she said, school a joke.
And I'm glad you broke it down that way, Al, because that brings everything to life for what you were saying. So I'm glad you had that take on that, Takai's. And parents, if you're tuned in right now, if this is going on in your child's school, you need to find out. I think me and my wife go to the parent-teacher meetings. We're the only two there.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, they're not showing up. They're not showing up. I did that.
And then the funny thing, like when I go on, they really look like, hold on.
Oh, that was funny. That was funny.
What part? Read it.
I got in trouble one time in school, and they thought my dad, like, he's my real dad, guys. He's my real dad. They thought my dad was my stepdad. They was like, "Oh, you're his stepfather." He was like,
I'm the real McCoy, okay? White teachers need the ethics of these kids. Those children need to be handled. They don't need to be disrespectful. We agree 110%. And
where's the guidelines?
And that's why we enjoy having the youth come on and speak about this, because how else would we know this is still happening if it's not being in the school? And like I said, they send home the emails. People don't read those emails.
Yeah, but see, and that's a lot of things, because mentally, how many times a teacher is going to send something? Because teachers back in my era, they put the fear in God in you. Well, you want me to call your moms?
But nowadays, when they say call your moms, it doesn't mean nothing. Am I lying, Kaya? Don't those kids just look at you like, and matter of fact, you want me to call her for you?
Yep. And you know,
going to the dean office and all that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different ball game. Yeah, but the schools should have the power.
Like, no.
Yeah,
no.
but the school should have. I'm not saying you gotta go, all the way to Jamaica to beat the kid in class. We're not saying that. But like what Al was saying, there should be some type of guideline, some type of report, some actual real suspensions going on.
My mom's had to come to the school. That was the fear of God.
Before they would say, "I'm calling your dad," like, especially if you had to take, because when people really work, you know what I'm saying, to take it off from work to come to your school.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We don't play that because they're not giving you time at work for that.
No. Right.
I was like, exactly. You taking now because you're being disruptive in class. You're costing me money. You're taking food out of the family's mouth. So there's definitely going to be some repercussions. The problem right now is everybody's afraid that you can't discipline your children. That's not what the law says. The law says that you cannot be abusive. Okay, and you got to understand how fine that line is, but you can still discipline your children. And there's so many ways to do it. Like, these children love all this social media and all this gadgets and electronics. Start taking stuff from them. Make them stay in the house, or you can't go out, or you can't play video games, or you can't be on YouTube, or so forth and so forth. You know what I mean? But we have to grab a hold of what's been happening, because once the teachers lose control, there's no more education process. And I'm gonna tell you what's happening, because I see it from where I work at. Children from the ages of 5 years old to 10, they're bringing them into the psych ward. Okay, because they're not listening to the teacher, and what they're doing, they're giving them these medications that dumbs them down. Now they're affected for the rest of their lives, and they can't function because now they need this medication all the time. That's not how we raise a community.
No. You know, and I'm gonna give you a quick story, and then we're gonna go into some more to Kaiser stuff. I was and you was with me. I was dropping my nephews off the other day at my sister's house, and this guy was having so much trouble with his daughter in front of the building. He had both of his kids with him. One was behaving, the other one was just doing what she wanted to, kick stuff over, scream, yell. He just got to a point. He said, "God damn it, stop, or I'm gonna stop you right now. I don't care who's looking. I don't care who's gonna report me because the kids know the power that they have and what they can do." But when she saw that he wasn't playing, like she saw the look like I had enough. She straightened right on up, came right to him, no problem. Can you believe that, Kai? You got that one?
That's what we used to call instilling the fear of God in these children.
So it's the school nowadays. The teachers are hesitant to reprimand because the kids are just wild and unruly.
Unbelievable.
I don't. Coming from a teacher's perspective, right? Mind you, because I do coach baseball in a general ed regular high school, so I deal with regular ed kids too, and it's like it's hard to see kids act the way they do. You got to see them how they act around their parents, because some of these kids, when their parent walk in the room, even the kids that with autism, like severe autism, they can be wilding out, and their parent walk in the room, and they like, oh shit, time to straighten up.
Straighten up.
They know.
Shout out to Dot Barrera. She's in the building.
But some people they don't have that, like that switch. Like, oh, my parent says no, time to goof off, and it's like, unfortunately, that's what special education is about. There's like kids that can't control their impulses and stuff like that, and there's a lot of kids who slide through the cracks. Like, there's no way anybody in my school, like, I'm severe special needs, so it's not like you need help with math or reading. It's like kids that are 17, 18 years old can't spell their name. Like, those are kind of kids. From that to kids that lick the floor. Like, we got the whole spectrum there. But it's like, once you get to that part when you're unmanageable, then you need to work with special educators, people who understand the process and stuff what's going on. So many kids slip through the cracks because now with the school system, it's just pass them. They showing up, you pass them. And it's like, how did you make it to 10th grade? I had a kid in the school where I coached baseball at end up in my school. He was in 10th grade. How are you 15 and these people are just realizing that you cannot function in the general education population? Like, so there's a lot. And then between parents, say if you're a single mother, 3 kids, you working all day, you getting phone calls about this same kid. Every week you getting a phone call. Eventually these phone calls don't mean nothing to me. Like, I'm trying at home. Clearly I'm trying. And he's still wilding out in school. I don't know what to do. So what I'm gonna do, cruise control. As long as they safe and they healthy, I'm good.
Got that one, Kai?
They're children. There's no more village helping raise these children. Like I told my daughter, it's my job to handle the teacher. It's your job to learn.
Good one.
Hey, Kai, I got a question for you, man. Do you think it's the responsibility of the teacher to ensure that the child also are getting life skills, basic life skills?
Yeah, I believe that all schools should have a class based on life skills. Like, today, all kids know how to do is work these phones and tablets. Like, that's literally all they do. So I think life skills are important. Like, there's no more home ec. There's no more, like, what's that? With wood shop,
mechanics, none of that.
None of that stuff.
And I would second that. I would definitely second that, Al, that, yes, I believe it's up to your parent, you know what I mean, to see and want to see, because a lot of parents become blind as well. And they don't want to see the truth. They'll lie. No, it's not my kid. There's nothing wrong. Yes, it is. And it's okay to take those proper steps because it's going to benefit the kid longer down the road. And I want to say this before I even started working with adults with disabilities. I did this for my children. One of my kids went through a situation where, like you said, they wasn't, well, I feel all people learn different ways.
True.
Let's put that out there first and foremost, because my scholarship got messed up when I went to college because I took a resource class. Well, I didn't know as a freshman, it was just given to me. So when I took the SAT and all that, they asked that I take a special class. I'm like, I didn't take no special class. Well, if you was in this, then you don't have this, you don't have that, because those classes were supposed to be for real special needs people. You know what I mean? But that's a story in itself. So you have parents that go into these classrooms, you're living with the child, and you want to ignore some of the deficiencies that are there. Be front fold and say, okay, listen, they might be in the 10th grade, but he really can't spell his name because there's really a problem. Go get the proper help. Then add on the skills that they're really gonna need at their pace. You understand what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with admitting that, but you have a lot of parents out that won't do that. They won't take that extra step. You understand what I'm saying? As a parent, one thing I do, I'm never too tired to find out what my kids need.
Amen. Amen.
Hey, you wanted $1 million though.
You understand what I'm saying?
We wanted $1 million.
We want, and all three of my kids will tell you that. My wife, that is the job that I take the most pride in. You know what I mean? So one day Takaja wants to do the horn, the next day she wants to do ballet. Same way I say, okay, you got to read this book. One thing I go back to that kids hate for us to do right now when they make them read out loud. She doesn't know that I'm not trying to embarrass you. I want to hear you mess up so I can come and help you.
Right.
But if you're doing it in silence, I never know.
Right.
So let me talk about that, right? So my son, what we do, we don't make him read out loud. We make him annotate his books.
Annotate.
So it's like literally he reads a book, and as he's reading it, whatever words he don't know, he squares them. And then in the column, he got to try to figure out using context clues what this word could possibly mean. And then when you finish your page, you tell me all the words that you went through that you didn't know, and we'll discuss what they mean.
That's good. I like that. See, I can add that to my toolbook. That's nice.
Yeah. That's one of the skills that we teach in Bible study to those new learners who are trying to excavate the Bible. You know, they read it and they find things that they don't understand about the word, and then they circle it, okay, and they read everything around it to find out where it fits in and how it is relative to that scripture. You know, so it's the same principles for all of us. But you know, it's sad that the parents don't take a big enough initiative. And I understand that life hits you. You got to go to work. Some parents work 2 jobs, but the children didn't ask to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you have to make that time for your children. There was a summer that my daughter didn't do well in school. And every day for that whole summer, her and I did lessons. I spent time with her. I hope to understand what was expected of her as a child. I taught her new writing skills and new reading skills. And that next year and all the way through the rest of her schooling, she excelled so tremendously that I didn't have to do anything else with her. And sometimes it's just the parent spending time with the child.
Right.
Keisha Collins said, my daughter's school is very strict. Anything they do that disrupts the classwork is a consequence.
Success Academy must be. That's what my son goes.
They definitely need life skills. Keisha Collins said that as well. Yes, but if a child needs to get tested to see if something is going on, get the help. Yeah, and that's what we mean. Sometimes the parents, even after they get tested, they still think, okay, I put them in a special needs school. That's all I need to do. You know what I'm saying? Even though they're in that special needs school, we only do but so much. When they come home, you have to continue to help to bridge that gap. Dot said, well said, Al. Make sure y'all checking out the Dot Vieira Experience every other Friday on our Access Radio with Trayline. These parents think of a school as a babysitting service, no matter. You're right. Kaija, what is something you would like to learn? Come on now, people are watching. What is something you want to like to learn?
Why are people so difficult?
You want to learn why people are so difficult. Good luck on that one.
Right.
Kai, you got the answer for that?
I would just say everybody has different life experiences, so we all it's a bunch of us sitting in this room, but everybody's looking at it from a different perspective. So it's like what you might think is difficult for you, to me, that's just regular life.
Yeah.
So you just got to understand that everybody's different and take everything people do with a grain of salt. Try not to take anything personal and be the best you. That's all you can do. Always be the best you.
Right. Here's what I find interesting about what she just said, right? So from a child's perspective, you know, I think it's more of a why are parents so difficult?
You're right, Al. We gonna get on that one later. We gonna get on that one because I was thinking it, but you brought it up. We gonna get that one later. So Give us your fashion tips for the old heads and the young folks. What's your fashion tip today?
This is for old people and for young people. I never, ever, and I mean never, I never want to see you outside wearing Crocs with no socks. Cause why is your toe like this is the Croc? Why is your big toe peeking out like this? No, I don't want to see that. Put some socks on. That's not. And your back of your the back of your foot is mad ashy. What are you doing? That's not cute.
Kai, you can take that first. You yay or nay with that?
I would say yay. I don't wear Crocs because they ain't my style.
It ain't my style. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of Puerto Rican. I'm probably gonna go barefoot. That's what I'm saying. If I wear a sandal or if I wear something that's really supposed to be treated like that, I mean, I oil my joints, you know what I'm saying? My joints will be crusty and busty on the back. I don't do all that, you know what I'm saying? I put care in mine, you know what I'm saying? So, but I would free ball in some Crocs.
Yo, I can't.
They got air holes. That's what they're there for.
No.
Listen, I wear socks with mine.
So you the type to wear socks with sandals?
I can't remember. I came in and wore my Crocs.
No, we talking about you the dude with the sandal that got this in it, and you got.
I'm not wearing it.
Those are two different things.
He got the socks on. You're not a Japanese fighter.
I'm not wearing that.
Those are two different things, though.
Is it okay to wear Crocs with no socks?
No.
Crocs with no socks.
Especially if you have ugly toes, no. And then some girls, they be wearing it because they think their toes are cute, and it's not. It looks disgusting. Your foot is ashy and then you got white toe paint. No, this means no reason why the paint on your toe is matching the back of your toe.
That's a technical foul right there. They gotta put.
We went from a flag to a technical foul. What happened?
Put some lotion on that.
Put some lotion. Maybe they can't afford lotion. If you don't got lotion, you put some cooking
some
oil,
water
right?
or something.
Cooking oil? You still use cooking oil?
That look like cooking oil.
Olive oil works.
Olive oil.
Vaseline.
Vaseline. Go ahead. There's a whole list of things.
Soak your feet in some motor oil, some 30 grade.
What's that thing for when your door's squeaking? Use that
3-in-1 oil.
DW40. WD40. Only on Behind Enemy Lines. So what is another topic that might be on your mind? We got 2 minutes before we go to Chucky's cut.
Since all of you guys are men, what do you guys think about dress code for girls?
Kyle, you go first with that. Melly Bean says spit on it. You gonna spit on the back of the head? Shout out to Melly Beans. Go ahead, Kyle, you first.
I believe girls should be able to wear whatever they're comfortable in, but you also should know how to carry yourself and know what energy to expect with what you have on.
Go ahead, Wiz.
I feel that. Yeah, I mean, to me, I think it's all about as long as they wear something that's respectful.
You might have to outline that for us. These kids don't know what respectable is.
Nothing too crazy.
What's too crazy, Wiz? You being too soft, Wiz?
Tight, not too revealing. I mean, I saw girls that look like they was coming from a strip club, and they had to be like 14, 15. God. As far as parenting's got to watch. I don't know if their parents were sleeping. They go out. They just getting dressed or doing a. I'm gonna change at my girlfriend's house and then this switch. Like this.
Lying.
Yeah, this. Wear something.
Producer P said, "Do you mean or their teenage daughters? Do you mean their teenage daughters, or do you what age frame are you talking about as far as us being men?"
No, I just mean like if you had a kid or if you worked in a school, what would you think? Cause I feel.
You feel
good? I think my school. There's nothing. There's nothing wrong. They're ribs.
There's too many
ribs. And they're
ribs.
not even that bad.
Too many ribs.
I feel like in my school,
they're not even
dress code. I feel like dress code is only for the 6th graders because they're so many 7th graders, 8th graders. They come to school with their shirts all the way up here, and they still don't get dress coded. Yeah. But every time when a little 6th grader, so at least this much of their stomach, they tell them they suspend them or they give them a big shirt.
Yeah.
They don't even talk about the ripped jeans because why are you looking at my knee? That is so weird.
Kaya, you want to take this first, Kaya? I mean, you.
I don't know. As my job says, if you dress for the beach, go to the beach. Don't come
That's
to
what
work.
I'm talking. Thank you.
So it's
That's
like,
not just for the
You heard what he said. If you dress, you know what? We going into Chucky's cut with that. I don't even gotta say nothing because see, as a father, they trying to test me here. See, this is what they're trying to set me up. They're trying to set me up, and then Al got quiet back there. You gonna leave me? You gonna let me?
No, I was gonna come, but we're gonna go to Chucky's
Oh,
cut.
yeah,
You
first.
gonna
I was gonna come
then you gonna
too.
get him first?
Add you.
You want? You know what? Get him, Al.
That's a whole lot of body. 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 But I'm flexing. 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 Damn, that's a whole lot of body. 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 But I'm flexing. 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 Damn. All these niggas on my dick, why? Lost weight, but I been fly. Got these bitches on my gram mad at they mans cause they love my thick thighs. Silly rabbits, get your weight up. Cornbread, get your cake up. She ain't got the kind of wagon like the one I'm dragging, son, don't wanna date her. Take a nigga like I really wanna spend his money, send him home broke as hell. When he call, he'll be too busy, can't talk, boom, I'm tryna bust a cell. I fell in love with the check. He fell in love with the neck. Yeah, am I getting that bag to see me go past it? Look at my ass, okay. That's a whole lot of body. 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 But I'm flexing. 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 Damn, that's a whole lot of body. 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 But I'm flexing. 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 Damn. Fuck out of here. Look at this bitch. Like, who does she think she is? Like, she fat anyway and she swears she cute. Like, I don't know who the fuck. Bitch, why is James over there in her face? James, get your black ass over here. Why are you talking to her for? Like, for real. Feelings hurt cause your nigga want me. In the club trying to fill up on me. Got the goons on deck, show me some respect, homie, they'll kill you for me. They just looking at my waistline. Now they all want to FaceTime. Call I sit up on this FaceTime. Eat my ass to the baseline. Joe, how you gonna go from talking about next to demanding respect? Shit, the same way a bitch will get paid and go right out and fuck up a check. Bitch, I just do what I want to. Getting this bread when I want to. To getting some head when I want to. The back to the breath I'm supposed to. You know my man at the party, holding on to a shotty. He came in here to blow it back, but he don't give a damn cause he'll catch a body. Cause I fell in love with the check, but he fell in love with the neck. Yeah, I'm out getting that bag. You see me with pass it, look at my ass like that. That's a whole lot of body. 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 But I'm flexing. 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 Damn, that's a whole lot of body. 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 But I'm flexing. 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 Damn.
Yeah. Shout out to Joe Lisa, Chanel, Our Access Radio, Behind the Enemy Lines, a whole lot of body. Ladies and gentlemen, you can vote on that right now. Go to crowd.live. Okay, you got the code to put in TGZI4. All right, and let us know if you want to keep or kill it, man. It looks like she's doing well so far. Okay, she got one kill. Somebody want a body. She got a whole lot of body. So we're gonna get back to what we were saying before we close out real quick. Well, Takai's takes. We always enjoy when she comes on and gives us a lot to think about. So I feel parents have to be parents. And just because fashion makes you think it's okay, you have to be honest with your kids. And like Kaya said a minute ago, what you wear says a lot about you. Okay? And if you're not dressed properly for the job, then what did you really come to do? You understand what I'm saying? So, no, at certain age ranges, I shouldn't be, and you wonder why guys are being labeled perverts and everything else. You understand what I'm saying? you're 12 years old. Just because you're 12, everybody don't know that you're 12. Everybody don't grow at the same range. You understand what I'm saying? You got some very big kids now, that are wearing these provocative clothes. Shouldn't be showing your belly button. You shouldn't be, and I'm talking about like rib cages all the way out. You understand what I'm saying? Fully ripped jeans. You know what I'm saying? So the dress code for me is respect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Respect yourself. What are you saying to this boy? Do you wonder why this boy is talking about your body parts and they grabbing and touching and feeling on you? Because at 12 years old, 11 years old, as a sixth grader, they don't have no control. And you might not think about it. What is to say that it's not an eighth grader looking at a sixth grader? Yeah. So why do you think that the teachers are more quicker to cover up the younger kids that may not know better, that may not know how to protect themselves, that might get caught in a situation where they get violated? So these are all the things that you young kids are not thinking about when you want to be in a rush to be grown.
Yeah, I agree with you. First and foremost, I think it should be a level of communication where it brings understanding and wisdom to the child. So if you say to the child, look, if you wear a skirt and you bend over and I can see your underwear, it's inappropriate. If you have on a top where I can see your stomach, it's inappropriate. If you have on a top where when somebody comes in front of you, they can see your cleavage or your bra, then it's inappropriate. Okay, once we start giving them those messages and those understandings, then once they pull something out of the closet to wear, then they'll know what they should not be wearing. But you know, the problem with us is a lot of times we tell our kids, oh, you can't wear that. And that's it, without an explanation. These kids are very intelligent. You have to explain things to them so that they can carry that wisdom with them as they go out. So when they see it, they recognize it and they be like, oh, this is what my parents are talking about. I know I shouldn't be doing that.
I agree 110%. And, you know, I think parents have to get back to a point where we tell our kids, listen to understand, don't listen just to answer back. And that's becoming a big problem with the kids and why they're not picking it up. Because sometimes even when I give my daughters an answer, they look at me like, oh, you just being overprotective. Susie across the street get to do it. Well, see, Susie across the street might be in a real bad situation that you don't know about. And then Susie across the street 20 years later, when you're talking about her calling her all types of explicit names, you don't know how she got to that. All right, because that set her up. So I don't even understand sometimes, you know, when the school changes their policy midway. You guys have uniforms. I feel you really should be wearing your uniform every day. I can't go to work without my uniform. Yeah. Right. I don't care that the sneakers, you can change up your sneakers, this, that, and the other. But, and yeah, even some kids are going to look a certain way, even in uniform clothes. But at least we all starting on the same level. You understand what I'm saying? So where you carry yourself and respect yourself. You can have your free time. You're going to have times when you get to be at the beach all out. And then you're going to be older, the way you can do whatever you want to do. And like Kaya said, there's always consequences and repercussions. So we're trying to show you and protect you because at some point you might have to do the same thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. I've come up in an environment where I always had to wear a uniform, even when I was in the military. But even in that uniform, there was an inspection daily, and there was a one accordance that everybody had to be on. Even when it comes to what we used to call a gig line, your belt buckle had to line up with your zipper line, and if it was off, you got a demerit. You know what I'm saying? And what happens now is there's no community discipline and dressing and uniformity when it comes to our children. And we have to get back to those things so that we don't have to worry about those type of things. You know what I mean?
I agree. Well, we want to thank you, Kaiser, for being on. All right. And we'll see you in a minute. Ladies, to Kaiser's Takes, man, every other show Behind the Enemy Lines, make sure y'all get in tune with her. We got a lot more coming up with her, but I make her earn it. You know what I'm saying? So when people are like, oh, I didn't see her last week. If you don't do what you got to do, then you won't be on the show. This is a privilege. And we want you to make sure to continue to push yourself, be the best you can be. All right. We're going to do a speed round. Kai, you can you read some of those if you want.
The sad thing is that some of these children are only dressing that way because their parents dress that way.
I
Parents
agree.
need to lead by example.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Right.
Got the next one?
Parents should also monitor what clothing is bought so there's less temptation to wear or sneak.
Yeah, and I had to get better at that because, you know, my daughter had the app and she was just ordering stuff. And I was just like, okay, I think it's okay. And then when I saw it, I'm like, oh, bro, you got me. I'm guilty of that. I got better.
That was only
no,
one
no, no,
time.
no. It was more than that.
No, it was
more
one
than
time
that.
because I didn't know the shirt came with the sweater. I thought it was two different things.
She was going in on me, you know what I'm saying? And then they bring you the picture. On the picture, it looked big, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I don't look at the sizes for girls. I don't be knowing. But now, I'm on it. You right. We got another one, Al?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, we're gonna do a speed round real quick. We never did this. We're gonna try this right now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can go to 706 if Al want to give us. But I really want to touch on this topic before we leave. Should you make an appointment to get some? What you think, Kanye? You can slide on. You can slide on. We don't want you to be in this one.
Yeah, I need some room.
Yeah, you need some room. It needs some room. It needs some room. No, take the chip, right? Take the chip. Give some room. Should you make an appointment to have to get some?
I think you should make an appointment to get some, but that should not be the only time you get some, though.
Go ahead, Wiz.
So you're saying Thursday at 8 o'clock?
Thursday at 8 o'clock is our thing. No, at 7:30.
It's a conflict. My show comes on that night. I'm saying, I'm sorry, but can we do it after the show? I mean, I don't know. You know, the playoffs is about to start, so you know. I don't like the schedule.
You know, the funny thing, and the reason I wanted to touch the topic before we left in the Speedway is because when we got younger, spontaneous was the thing, right? But it seems like the longer the relationship goes, spontaneous kind of goes out the window. And most men start to look like, I don't want to say dogs. Al said you got that dog in it. You know what I'm saying? And then that leads to some cheating things that happen. Yeah, that usually happens when you get married. Wow. You don't got to be married. You can just be in a long committed relationship. All right. No marriage needed for this stuff. But I didn't know that was even a thing. Like, did you know people really schedule out?
Yes.
Like play dates?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's new to me, man.
Play date is good. I'm saying play dates is, but sex, I don't know.
So you yay or nay on it?
I'm nay. I think sex, even if you're married and all that, you gotta court your woman, no matter what. So matter of fact, and you gotta be spontaneous with it.
See, and this is why I want to talk about it. No, but if both people have busy schedules, yes, you have to do what you have to do. See, and that's why I want to touch on this before we left, because as a kid, you know what I'm saying, they tell you, can't wait till you get old. See, when you get dressed and wear them clothes, can't wait till you get old. They lie to you. As soon as you get old, you don't get to do none of the stuff you think you're going to be doing. Having free time, spending money like you want to spend, hanging out all night, that's a wrap. If you take care of responsibilities, you can forget that. That's out the window. And you know what I'm saying? And I read a nice article on it. And I can bring up the article right now because we crashing the times for speed. But do you know, like, sex is like goes to the bottom of the list immediately for women. Immediately. So if it's 10 things, that is not on their mind. So when you wake up on Monday morning and you just in that mood, and then you try that move that used to work when you first, and then she throw that dirt on you, like you like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to ask this because it was a relationship. I want to get to the son counseling. You know what I'm saying? It's an article that says, why doesn't my wife want to have sex with me? You know, there was 7 things that go on when you get work, school, kids, depression.
Yeah.
Women are 60% more depressed than men, they said in this article. And when the depression hits, they really don't want to have no nookie time.
But it shuts down everything. So it shuts down.
It's just that. So you as a man, you step outside the relationship thinking that, you know what I'm saying, attraction is up there as well. You know what I'm saying? But attraction is not that high. Like, you're not a good mate. You're not attractive anymore. Things like that are up there.
But yeah, you got to remember.
Drops right to the bottom.
Say like one thing, like she might be like, yeah, he going to get it tonight. You do that one thing.
Irritation was on the list as well.
You turn off the power.
Yeah, because
all the power.
All the power.
And it's like, you know, I wanted to give this jewel to men to give to their younger soldiers coming up, that when certain things are happening, especially sexual, and you're not getting it no more, don't just go start cheating.
Yeah.
Do some examination first. What do you feel about that?
How long should you examine for though?
Well, you tell me how long you think you should
I'm
examine
just saying, what if it's 3 months?
I can't go 3 months. I'm not going.
He almost went. How long with the vote?
Yeah. If I was to vote, it would have had to been a year.
It would have been celibate.
Because Devon went almost a year. But now, if you're investigating without being annoying, because you got to do it without being annoying. You know what I'm saying? Because guys, we don't always know how not to be annoying when we're trying to find something out. I'm guilty of that. They be like, yo, what's wrong? Nothing. I can see something wrong. Nigga, I can see something wrong. The way you said nothing. So then I come back and ask again 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So I would say
I'm being good. I'm saying I'm being on my best behavior.
Best
I'm
behavior?
taking notes like. So you want me to go to the store right now? Okay. Babe, I'm cleaning the toilet.
Clean the toilet?
All that.
So in all that, fellas, let's keep it 1,000.
1,000.
So, you know, this is where women take it to once you're vetted in this relationship, right? But and they're the ones who don't have a problem reporting their depression, their anxiety, all the things that come before them. But we as men, we don't report those things, right? But what we do is we deal with that struggle in our own way. And then when it does come time for you to be able to perform, the anxiety hits you. Now you're not where you're supposed to be. And now she's saying to you, oh, that's why I didn't want to do it in the first place.
Yeah. I mean, you ever been in that kind of situation, Kyle?
What you mean?
I never had that problem of performing yet. Thank God I'll keep you up.
Now my performance is okay. You know, I was playing.
Look, his phone dropped.
I'm just saying.
You lie. The phone said you lie.
No, it never really happened to me, but I'll just say, us as men, we need to pay attention to our woman.
Yeah.
I want to say, on the opposite side of that, how many times has your lady tried to get some and you told her no?
Never. That's why I wanted to talk about this as well.
It
You know
don't
what I'm saying?
happen.
See the flip side.
That's like you said a unicorn.
People do that just in being in a relationship. Y'all can just be busy, so you need to schedule something. See, and that's one of the newer things when I was reading this article is that they talk about a lot of relationships that get super busy. I'm never too busy for. I'll
be
will
busy
stop when I'm doing.
I
get fired. I
I'm gonna tell you.
I get fired.
You know why? You know why, Gay? Every week, every other Friday, when Dr. Vera's on, I gotta wait till 10 after 10. I mean, to get it.
Nah.
7 to 9. I gotta wait, foreplay and all that. Then 10 o'clock, I'm in the pain.
Listen.
Oh, that's fine. I like this comment though that Keisha wrote. It says you have to make time for each other, go on dates, courting, and sprinkle in the spontaneity.
Yeah, I feel you, Keisha. I feel you on that, but we're not talking about that. We talking about people that's getting neglected to the point where you got like, you remember Thursday we said we'll put on the calendar Thursday, yeah, because it's Wednesday.
No, see, I'm not. Because then you get this, okay, come on, let's go. I don't want that.
Yeah, because it should now in certain studies.
Beggars can't be choosers.
You hear that? I know I'm not gonna be choosy. I know that already. So you ain't gotta worry about that with me. But in one of the studies, and you can read that with go ahead, you can read it.
But for real, it happens when I and your significant other are both entrepreneurs, y'all have schedules are crazy. That's true.
Yeah, and they say usually, that will save a relationship that might be crashing just by them putting together a schedule. Hey, you know what? I ain't get you all last month. I'm gonna get you this Friday.
No, but you listen to Jay-Z, he getting it on the plane, he's getting it he's getting it in the kitchen. I'm saying no time to take jaws off.
He lying, man.
I'm saying
Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, I'm Scottie Pippen. Oh, I'm Scottie Pippen. I'm Scottie Pippen. I ain't him. And that was one of my favorite players coming up. I never wanted to be.
How many times a night?
Yeah, 4 times a day. 23 years. I did the math. It's 33,807 times. Scotty the GOAT.
Scotty the GOAT. When you have small children, you ain't fucking anytime other day. See, and that was another thing they said when children's in the way. Now, Wiz, I'm not gonna lie to you. From 7 to 9, you said you gotta wait till 10.
Yeah.
Now, face all in the phone. Face all in the phone. She gonna be mistyping. Face all in the phone. Mistyping. When you got small children, you can get it in. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not one of those guys that is ready to, conform to scheduling sex. I mean, I like it spontaneous. I mean, I understand sometimes if the woman's not in the mood, I don't push it.
Put a good ass movie on and you go in that room and say, we talking.
No, ain't gonna be no talking.
Talk.
I got other shit going on. Sorry, but don't blame me. God made women like this. Emotions are crazy with women, and we don't want to have sex or anything sexual if we're not fully there. I agree, but do you neglect your man to the point of where he's out looking for Karen or Nikki with the blonde hair?
See, but my whole
thing or Becky with the blonde.
I can't agree with that whole statement because God did not make women like that.
Ooh,
right? That didn't happen until Adam and Eve ate that fruit in the garden, and then the sin came in that caused women to have those emotions and men to have to till the earth and provide for his family. Before that, they didn't have to do anything. God just blessed them across the board.
Uncle God touched on that too. So how would you handle your schedule?
I don't know. Pick a day that works. When you don't gotta watch TV, when I ain't gotta watch TV. The only reason I thought about this was one of my best friends and his wife, they were going through marriage problems. And that's something that helped them get on the right way. Was having that schedule like Tuesday, 10 o'clock is our time. I don't care if you don't feel like it. I don't care if I don't feel like it. It's going down. You feel me? And it definitely helped their marriage out.
Listen, I don't care. Listen, I'll rewatch the episode. Power on, we getting at it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying we just listen to it.
Singing, why you always lying, Tyrone? What I'm lying about? What am I lying about?
Listen, we down to 3 minutes.
All right, we on our last 3. We ready? Women goes through a lot. Man, you have to talk to your woman to find out what's going on. If she's not shut down on you, if she will shut down. I mean, we understand that. Men quickly are going to bust that nut and go about their business. Not all the time. Sometimes we want to cuddle. We want to lay there and be rubbed. Right?
We get massage. We get massages.
You know what I'm saying?
It might end up some, but
it's not intentional. Honestly, it just happens, and we sometimes don't realize it until he brings it up in our attention. And now, what happens when we bring it up? Sometimes we get cussed the F out.
So what if I don't put gas in the car for a month? What if I don't take the trash out for a month? That shit you gonna realize.
Right. What if I don't pay the bills for a month?
This is part of life. This is part of what you signed up for.
Right.
At the end of the day, so it's like you gotta figure it out. Or I'm gonna be in these streets not for love, but feed my flesh a little bit.
And see, and we try to.
I don't want to say that because I'll be in the street and put the be in the flesh. You be like this. He was a good man.
But guess Adam and Eve ate the apple. Adam shouldn't have been the man and told her Eve no.
Absolutely, and that's why we live the way we live, because Adam failed to follow God's instructions and be obedient and check Eve because he was her covering and he didn't cover up, so we all have to suffer now.
Because Eve said she's going to eat the apple and then give her some.
Nobody said month. That's too long. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for checking in with Behind the Enemy Lines, Access Radio. I am the Gate Kid. Oh, I'm the Gatekeeper. This is my brother, Kaya NYC. Make sure y'all check out his music. Follow him everywhere, like where?
Kaya_NYC on all platforms.
You know my brother Wiz, you know what I'm saying? He's about to be in the casket, you know what I'm saying? For all you guys that want to reach out to us, make sure you go to the new email, bhlfamily52@yahoo.com. Shout out to Rome, you know what I'm saying? He was on the show, Aries, all the Aries in the building. I was partying with them last weekend and last Wednesday for his birthday. And my brother Rome, family to the show, HYH. His birthday's coming up. Happy birthday to all y'all that's out there having birthdays. Shout out to everybody that's supporting Behind the Enemy Lines, Betty Green Entertainment. We're coming.
Share it.
Like and share, man. Kaya NYC, Gatekeeper. Let's do it. We got one more song.
If we was all at work,
don't tell my friends that I'm listening. Don't tell my friends. Trust me, I know. understand this. Right from me, I'm a fool, but I can't end it. Far from love, but I'm stuck. Delete.
If you ain't team, then it's fuck your advice. Cause this dream like nightmares, it kept us up at night while y'all snoozing, praying that we losing. Told you I get better and I did, now sit back and witness my improvement. The movement won't be televised, cause we too real in the industry like never mind. They can't control them, can't mold them, you know the puppet masters. And you sign a bullshit deal, then fuck you out your masters. It started my crib, karaoke, from there we took over at faces looking like that mad emoji. I'm guessing they thought they was better, recruited S1 to battle niggas. Put your bets up, when hope was locked up, we locked the block up. Came home to a spot, and that spot put us a notch up. But we left no one behind, cause we all we got. Hitting all the clubs with the hammer cock. We was young but not dumb, we were hustling. Where we from? That's the way you had to get it, or just get in where you fit in. Who me? I punched in, I was legit, no doubt. Don't play me for a sucker that I got you punched out. Ain't shit changed about that. Told shorty, if this ain't where you wanna be, you can leave, how about that? It's new NYC, quick to smoke you like a loud pack. Stick you like Outback, so I don't leave the crib without that. And I ain't the violent type, this survival mode. Niggas will kill you with the same arm that's had a Bible quote. Anything for that pot of gold. Niggas leave your soul, vamonos, adios, screaming mighty clone.
That shit hit hard.
I love you, Bobby.
Hand me the scissors, I'm cutting mics off. Niggas rap like bitches with 90 nights on. Am I wrong? Same words, similar beats. Whole industry sound like it's on repeat. Oh no, not me. I ain't spinning blocks, battle every day with myself. I'm my biggest op. Stand tall on my own, no gimmicks, no props. Taking every L I face by myself. Pray love, they watch me rise, hope I fall. But I'm on the other side of things. You know the house isn't stock, the crypto, just sneaker drive, bullshit, the finer things. I was on my block recently, pawn shop about to be lit. You know how much shit I'ma get on discount. See me with your chain on my chest profile. Wait till them whips start hitting the impound. Arizona sun face to face with my devil. All bull come with two horns, I'm paying double. Viking only strong as my struggles. Anti-fragile, you can't break me. Shock resistant, you could shake me. I still won't skip a beat. See these niggas souls only skin deep. That's why the whole world's still on repeat. Grown man ball shit you gotta deal with. Bro gave me a shot, I gotta kill shit. Real raps on wax, you gotta live it. Hush money voice, nigga, this is real shit.
Far from love, but I'm stuck. Open your room once again. Bad for me is the truth, but